Now they're saying Snow is the CDL Season 2 champion. I better turn my open mic on.
I'm just gonna cap CDL Grand Finals.
You have your review. You have your in-game one on, right?
My mic? I can.
Your in-game. I can turn mine off if you don't have it.
I usually don't have it on, but I can turn it on.
Go turn it on for the people in the Dota client.
I doubt there's anybody watching in the Dota client. But anyways, I've started streaming, so we're good. I also have chat up, so we're good. I also have in-game chat up in case people flame. But nobody talked pre-game, so these people are boring. Oh, I gotta find my page for them.
I'm gonna turn on your Twitch too. Why not?
Wow, you might be a mod. I can't remember. Techies ban. They don't ban out Storm either, which is the big question mark because you're playing against JTK, and JTK is a player where it's like you don't ban out Storm against him, and then you lose to JTK Storm.
I mean, do you really care though about 4 Storm? Like, do you really care about that hero?
Yeah.
Like, I know he wins with it, but there has to be a way to beat that hero.
Okay, it's pronounced Spidez, right? Or Spidez? Big fella's trying to tell me something. I don't know. I don't know how to properly pronounce this. Okay, so first pick goes to Snow, which he has been taking recently. Actually, he didn't got first pick last time. Yeah, why do people not ban this out? Nobody knows.
Maybe they forget it's in captain's mode.
I think the Nyx isn't out, so if Spidey's right, I don't know. If Spidey's is thinking correctly, he bans the Nyx here. Like, you have to ban the Nyx here. There's no other choice. You instantly lose. Or not ban, you pick the Nyx here. Yep.
Big fella delete me? Oh no.
Big fella deleted you? Damn.
Or maybe he's offline just because he's in a tournament or something.
But yes, they instantly pick the Nyx because you have to. Because it's the only counter for this hero, unless you get some other sort of stun. But the Earthshaker's already banned out. So, some other sort of stun. And then the Prophet's kind of a... Oh, I forgot Big Fella was playing. God damn it. Alright, I'm actually slow.
10 seconds remaining.
I knew Big Fella was playing.
Hey, I'm not an admin. I'm not an admin.
I like these picks though, because the thing is, there's some relative flexibility here for the radio, in which you can have Artorias play either of these heroes in the 4, whether it be the Nyx or the Furion, and then the other one could potentially be the 3. The other one could be some other weird hero. A lot of options here. Ooh, Underlord. That's exciting.
As a second, well, I guess paired with the Snapfire, that works pretty well. They also need some frontline, and I think Underlord can take care of that. Snapfire has an easier game then. You're throwing out some cookies. Your Underlord's just like playing super aggressive, not giving a fuck, and yeah, they have to get rid of this Lark too.
There's just some good heroes on the dire side.
They still need to ban out Nyx. What? Why is Spidey's banning out Nyx? What? They have the first pick. I thought they might go for the 3rd pick Nyx here, but
maybe they have morals. They don't want to pick Lifestealer.
How is that a cheesy pick though?
It's not cheesy. It's just it has no honor. And honor is everything in this game.
Well, not true. They will actually lose you quite a bit if you do believe that, but to each their own. To each their own. This isn't like a political game.
5 seconds remaining.
Imagine winning Dota games anyways.
When's the last time you won a Dota game, Badger?
Find out, actually. I'm curious. It might be a while. Oh, God. When was that game? Last year.
Last year? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. You're doing the
See, if you count CDL games, I won like 2 weeks ago, but my last actual pub win was
retired
2019. Yeah, I
Retired
truly am washed up at this point.
At least I play. So I barely play anymore. But the casting is the only fun part of the game anymore. But Ursa ban is kind of interesting too. Ursa is actually incredibly strong this patch, and I'm surprised we don't see it picked more. But not surprised that we are getting the ban. It's also pretty decent into the natures as well. It's another hero that can get on top of him. Usually you want to be able to kite with him too.
Oh, this is some... That's a big, strong hero right there.
Yeah. So they have a Roman god on their team now, and currently Snow's team does not have any. So I think that's a...
I'm trying to figure out what Radiant's doing role-wise with these heroes. Like, is the plan to put the Furion as like a safe lane core, or the Mars as a safe lane core?
Furion's a 4, I think.
I'm guessing
Nyx
the
is gonna
Furion's
be
a 4, but... So
it's either going to be Nyx 4, Furion 5. Like, you can flex those two really easily. I think Furion can play 5 just fine because his BAT is insane. So his ability to trade as a 5 is pretty decent. Into a Dark Willow, though, I'm not sure. But Drow Ranger. Okay.
So that's your safe lane. I think it work. Put the Drow Nyx safe lane, Furion Mars off lane, and then put some big ranged hero in the mid lane. Obviously, OD would be great, but OD's banned, so have to be some other hero, I'm sure.
I don't know how Mars Spear works with Furion's trees, but I assume it works, so that's probably the way they're gonna lane it. You just get the sprout into easy Mars Spear every single time. And then they have the frontliner with Mars. What Spidey or what Snow needs to draft now is something to get into the back lines. They don't really have that yet. Storm is still out there. They obviously only have the one silence, but it's not fun playing Storm into Nyx.
Juggernaut, okay.
As, yeah, they're just locking up their core.
Certainly interesting.
I don't think they go Storm on Snow's team. I think it's more like
10 seconds remaining.
Oh god, what's actually good into this?
5 seconds remaining.
You could pick a Pango, sorta. They already have like a lot of other damage on this team.
The thing is, like, you win this game in the mid game with your course being Jug, Pango, under. I'm not sure if those heroes really fit together in terms of what they do.
They get a good start, yes. Underlord lane, like, Underlord cannot die within the first 3 minutes. If he dies in the first 3 minutes, that lane's a complete loss. And bottom lane, it's going to be Juggernaut, Dark Willow. You just can't feed in that lane. I expect somebody to die because that's actually a really easy setup. But at the same time, you can also play pretty aggressive with Mars, Nature's Prophet, onto a Dark Willow. Although she can purge off, or what's that called? What's the ability called? I can't remember.
Oh god, Shadow Realm?
Yes. To like
it's
negate some of the damage, but
yeah,
it doesn't purge, but it still saves you. Like
the purge threw me off. The word purge definitely threw me off. Like, wait, purge?
Thank you.
Yeah, I see what you mean there.
I think Snow drafted pretty smartly into it, though. Sure, it seems like a good combo, Nature's Prophet Mars, but they have two heroes that can dodge the combo pretty easily. And Juggernaut, Dark Willow. Well, Dark Willow can't necessarily dodge it, but still can avoid a lot of the damage. Snow's a god drafter, though. I will say that. You laughing like I'm joking. The Snow wins. Snow plays like shit, but his drafts are like amazing, so it just doesn't matter.
I mean, maybe my perspective's different, but still.
You didn't watch that. You haven't been watching Snow play for his entire Dota career. his entire Dota career being the last 2 years.
I've played Snow
but...
a few times in my Dota career. At least a few times.
Okay, so explain to me why there's an emoji of Snow stabbing you then. I think that's because Snow is a better drafter than you and has beaten you multiple times.
That's the difference.
I think their draft is better right now though. The last thing they need to shore up is something to get on top of a drow. And once they get that, they're good. The Kunkka would have been nice. That actually is a pretty good ban from Spidez.
In 30 seconds though. We'll have events here very, very soon.
Maybe the Pango? Wind Ranger? I mean, you have to go Blink on this hero. I think.
Even then though, this feels like a pretty tough Wind Ranger game.
Kinda.
This is gonna be hard.
I mean, so Nyx is really good into Underlord Snapfire, I think, because you get 2 automatic setups for stuns, and maybe the same thing with Dark Willow too.
5 seconds remaining.
The Wind Ranger and Juggernaut are okay though. The rest of these heroes, like, they can pretty much kill anybody, but they're gonna struggle to kill. Wait, no, Juggernaut's actually decent into Mars. I think it hits like the sides. Or hits from all sides, so it's weird. But I don't know, they have the Underlord to deal with the Mars. Spidey's kind of needs like a mid that sets up. They have some team fight with Mars. They have a lot of good space making with the Nature's Prophet, especially the Vision too. So their warding's hopefully going to be better. That is something that maybe Snow should have picked, but yeah, the Ember's decent.
I like this Radiant draft. I think it's quite good here, actually. I think they have the tools of just blowing up this Wind Ranger. So the problem is, well, can Jug do a lot this game? I feel like the Jug has to do a lot of work in terms of the mid game, in terms of both making space and using space.
I mean, Spidey's has to go magic damage, Ember, I would assume. It feels like he has to go magic damage, Ember.
He doesn't have to commit every item to it. He can go like maybe like 2 items into magic damage and then transition into like an Green Cord and physical damage. So he can still build in the way of scales quite well this game.
Yeah, I think he definitely goes Yules within the first 2 items though. They can catch out the Wind Ranger with the root, the chains. But that's about it. It's going to be hard to do it with Artorias just like TPing on top of somebody. What is JTK playing? What is JTK
He's playing the Nyx.
Oh, God.
See, he has a lot of tools here. He has the
This is
a
complete
Power Shot,
toss-up.
Carapace the Underlord, Carapace the Snapfire. There's so many heroes you can just use Carapace against.
This is a complete toss-up, I think. This feels like a really weird game.
I'm excited for it.
Because you're depending on JTK Nyx. Which JTK's a good player. Not saying he's not. But he does have a lot of stuff to do in this game.
The good part is, I don't really have to say anything like, hey, no caster all chat. We're the only casters.
Wow, you don't have to like be a comm admin or anything.
I don't have to add, I mean, you're not going to all chat, right? As long as you're not going to all chat, we're good.
Ban me, Badger.
You guys are just going to spam monkey business all game, right?
Yes, they did this last game too. This is Snow's team strat. They're essentially the OG of CDL. About as good as them too, I think. Because I speak praise of people, because I'm a good person, unlike everybody else who's toxic.
Anyone else pause just to spam monkey business a voice line. That's pretty accurate.
Oh God. All right, JTK big fella top though, and you got Artorias, Medi going bottom on the Nature's Prophet and Drow Ranger respectively, and then Spidey's playing the classical mid Ember Spirit. Badger, who is the starting 5 for Snow's team?
go from top lane to bottom lane. We're looking at Tint on the Juggernaut and Coco on the Snapfire in the top lane. Looking at Aduvash on the mid lane, Wind Rain, and of course Snow on the off lane Underlord, joined by Tony's the Sniper on the off lane.
I kind of. All right, Snow requests no bad words, so that is out there. I don't like Snow playing a Pit Lord, to be honest. I think he's better on like playmaking heroes. Underlord's kind of just you throw out 2 abilities and then watch it go. You're not really hitting skill shots with him. Snow's pretty decent with that. He fed quite a bit in his Snow or in his Sand King games last week.
Check top.
He cannot do the same this game. Big fella dropping really low. There's the spin from Tint too. This is the easiest first blood I think I've ever seen Coco with the slow too. They thought the bounty was going to spawn, so they stacked on it. JTK doesn't want to keep going for it. Has to back. They will get their own high ground bounty, but I think they're going to lose 3 here if they can get bottoms, which they should. Yes, they do.
This is a lot for Dire. They got the first blood. They had a great regen trade. They got more runes. This is great if you're Toast team.
Well, Nyx has still got a decent amount of base regen, but yes, top has already started well for them. Bottom, what needs to happen is Snow cannot die until he hits level 3. If he dies like when he's level 1, I think he's essentially removed from the game. That's just how Pit Lord works.
Don't worry, he'll be.
Yeah, and this isn't really a kill lane because they ended up throwing Arturius bottom. So they didn't do the Mars combo with the Nature's Prophet. They actually sent the Dark Willow top, and Coco's gonna fall, I think, with another hit. No, he pops the salve. I think that was, did he have 2 salves? What? Coco apparently bought 2 salves. I didn't realize that, but he did save himself with it.
Play.
JJK missing the stun just to get a last hit there, and he will get tipped for that one.
We're seeing Dark Willow just take the entire wave as well, trying to help Snow's lane out, mess with the lane equilibrium. Right. I'm sure if you're the Drow, you want perfect equilibrium, and Dire's not allowing that.
This is a first mid matchup for me. I've never seen these two play and square off against each other. Adubash is actually playing really aggressive here. Is going to miss the power shot. It wouldn't have killed anyways because it did pierce through 4 creeps in the meantime, but
you'll have to do better than that.
It's still great. This is some great mid lane on mid lane action.
Yeah, this is a decent matchup. I think it's really based on Adubash being able to hit skill shots, and all Spidez has to do is pop Flame Guard and Slide a Fist every now and then, and the harassment's going to be really easy. We actually just lost Mars again top, and I completely missed that. Looks like it was the cookie into the Scatterblast slow.
I almost missed one bottom as well. Arturius almost died in the Furion. Barely escaped.
I think Spidez might just die mid right now. Adubash needs one more right click, and he is going to get it.
You caught that one.
That was just twice where I think Spidey's just being too far forward. Dies to right clicks pretty much completely. There's just no way to turn that. Turius going for the Orb of Venom to start getting a bit of damage into Snow, who's not doing too bad. I do kind of wish Tony was backing up a bit so Snow could have a little bit more open of a lane, get some of that solo XP so we can get level 3 a bit quicker. Because you really want to start getting this harass into Medi, which Tony is actually doing a good job of now. I think
Tony's doing a great job in this thing. He's doing a lot of damage.
Has to be a little careful here as he could. No, he doesn't have the sprout yet, so there was no way he's going to get killed there. Plus, I think he has a tango too, so. Just going to do a bit of harass. We also lost a courier too. I think it was Coco's. JTK just running around killing that.
There's been a lot of supports in the offlane that's running around this game. GTK and the Dark Widow.
Yeah, it's mostly been static lanes though to start. Everybody's just sticking respectively. 3 minutes in. In terms of CS, Snow is actually doing really well on top.
It's all Dire.
It's all Dire. The only one even close and pretty much tied is Spidey's, which you expect, but Adubash still taking a pretty sizable lead in the mid lane even then. Did get that first kill too. Has to be a little careful here. That Slide of Fist on cooldown for a bit longer. They also lose the Mars yet again, and it's starting to go the other way. Because again, Mars is another hero that you don't want to die on too early.
How's the Drow 2 and 3 class it was?
Drow has 3 CS right now.
That's really bad.
That is a really tough start. Snow might just get a kill here too, and I think they're definitely going to get this. Did get the last hit too. is up to level 3. So Snow Start is definitely better than the Mars. And you're also crushing Medi right now, who's struggling very much to find the CS. Only 3 and 4 minutes in. I mean, compared to Tints, you're just so far behind right now. 60 minutes. Tints also found multiple kills in the top lane too. 3-0-1. Coco 103. Like, this is just a complete stomp so far. Snow's team taking the very early lead, up 1k already.
Thing is, considering how one-sided the game has been, the fact that it's only a 1k lead is actually a good thing. Because you'd expect with the CS lead and the 6-0 kill lead, you'd expect a bigger gap by now, right?
No. I would still expect the less than 1k, usually. By 4 minutes, you're not usually seeing a 1k lead.
Well, most games you're now seeing every lane CS go one direction, and 3 bounty runes, and 6 kills.
They're definitely very much ahead, though. They might lose Tint top, however. They're both getting some right clicks, and Big Fella finding it. There was no slow from Coco either, so he's not going to be able to find the kill on the Big Fella. The return underneath the tower. Big Fella able to run away, and he's going to get the bounty runes, too. I think they're going to get both bounty runes bottom as well. Arturius dying for this one, or at least should be. Has the teleportation, but going to get stunned. Aduvash with the shackle as well. A nice power shot, too. Aduvash finding a nice kill. You lose all the bounties, but you get your mid a kill. It's still a net worth loss in terms of gold. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's going to happen. Got a Rata Brazil kill line, though. Or 7-1, so...
I don't think there's... I thought Brazil was 8-1.
Nah, it was 7-1. I remember. It was a good time.
Or was it 8-0? Yeah, I can't not remember that.
7-1 2014 World Cup in Brazil.
Against Germany.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember this now. But yeah, it's a really good start for Snow's team. If you're Spidey's, like, you just gotta maybe go to the jungle for a bit. Like, Ember is really good at farming up these creep camps. Is level 3 Flame Guard too. Has the spirits as well, so shouldn't be dying again anytime soon. They also get another kill top, this time onto the Snapfire. Big Fella trying to escape with his life. This is really good for them if he can get away. JTK with a nice stun, plus the spear. Are they going to try and turn this? Big Fella is just way too low. Doesn't have a salve or anything either, so he couldn't be aggressive there. But you'll still take it after dying, what, twice? 3 times? 3 times to start the lane. They've found 2 kills now. One onto Tint, and then the other one actually onto Coco. So
Tint, though, he's in a good situation. He can kill either of them with spin if he wants to, I think. Like, he legitimately might be able to kill both of them in one spin if they try spin.
Yeah, and the fact that you can cookie... Oh, Coco! Make a sick play with the cookie on the
Wow!
What a god.
Wow! That was sick.
Doesn't even need Tint, actually, and Tint's actually just like, okay, well, I'm just going to go farm this giant stack they've given me and be very happy with that. Actually, Keen Optic on Spidey's too. Feels decent cast range plus the mana regen. We're also missing kill still. There's also a shackle shot mid. I don't think he's actually able to find that kill.
Hey, but we caught the failed kill. All is fine.
Yeah.
All is well.
9-2 though. Snow's also found another kill bottom. 0-3 on Tony. And I mean, the top lane's the closest one. I guess mid Spidey's has, or no, most of this is jungle farm, isn't it? Because I feel like this is still winning Aduvash.
If you look at the hero net, where Spidez is up by 200, not even, so yeah, it's not that much of a lead.
Yeah, and again, that's mostly because Spidey's able to go to the jungle a lot easier than Wind Ranger is.
Oh, Aduvash
almost getting the cancel. I think he just didn't notice it till it was too late.
Yeah.
But that would have been very nice. A slight advantage, but Aduvash rotating bottom is level 2 in the shackle, so he's got a DD, the ultimate not quite up yet. Needs to be careful not to walk in the outpost vision range, though. I don't think he did. See if he can hit the shackle onto Medi.
He's in Radiant Vision. Radiant Node.
Yeah, he did. That is a pull, but I think they could still dive this if Snow just wants to walk underneath the tower. They need to go like right now, though, with the creeps here. Blocking them in so far. Tony finding him. There's a double silence from Medi, but there's the root from Snow. The ultimate as well from Aduvash, and Medi just melts. Medi had the TP the whole time, too. I'm surprised he didn't just go for it, but...
I think he thought it was going to get canceled.
I mean, potentially. They didn't quite have the vision that they needed, though, at the very start of it. They went for the combo there with the spear, but Big Fella just missing it. Coco had a tango to break out and the healing ward, too. Getting him right back up. There's the ultimate from Snapfire. Artorias just getting annihilated. Combo with the Dark Willow. Easy kills. Easy game. 11-2. Didn't everybody think that Snow's team was just going to get stomped in this game? Like, is that not what everybody expected? All y'all haters talking about Snow. These people don't want to meet Snow in a LAN. Let's be honest.
The big favorites to win CDL lost last round, so kind of hard what to think at this point.
To be fair, I would have predicted Spidey's team wins because Snow just is too used to finishing second. But we're too early. We're speaking way too soon. Big Fella is trying to get away top, but will still fall. Tint getting the last hit there. Up. He's actually 4.3k net worth, so he's farming very efficiently. And let me swap over to CS right now. He's actually... Spidey's just having an amazing game. 75 CS at 10 minutes. That's pretty good, if I do say so myself. Artorias going for a block. Does get rooted again, but will get the bounty nonetheless. And there's still another one to get to, just hitting the TP out. Also going for a smoke top, too. They could find... They have the cookie... They can't find JTK, but they have the cookie into the spin. It will pop the smoke. JTK making a nice aggressive walk there to block that smoke. The surprise not being there. Kokyo could get the cookie, but yeah, it's too late. The TP out from JTK just to go mid. Does have level 6 too. Adavash might need to be a little bit careful.
They tried for a move on the Ember as well middle. It didn't go anywhere though because it's an Ember.
He's still pretty happy just farming up the jungle. He's a bit close, but he can go back to base. Pretty simple.
I think he also stay in the jungle now on, because whenever he goes to have any kind of fun in the lane, little gangsting with a smoke and a haste root, time to go back to the jungle.
It does feel like Coco and Tint could team up right here, try and get a kill onto either the Mars or the Nature's Prophet. Tint able to pop the ult too, does get sprouted. There's the cut too. That's a nice cast range to try and get the kill on the Big Fella. Will get it. Bounces over to Artorias. There's the spin too. Tint needs to go for the TP. Is going to channel it. Will not die.
Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Medi is gone on by Snow, and Tony's a sniper. Gets killed in the bottom. He is dead too.
Everybody just dying across the map, and it's all on Spidey's team.
That's pretty bad if you're on Spidey's team. You don't want your entire team to be dying.
Yeah, well, I mean, the only upside is the Ember right now, and you've already died once, but you're still backing into this game. Like, he's got to carry them for the next 10 minutes or so, I would say. Actually, they are going to get a kill bottom onto Snow, who just got completely caught out. That's an ultimate from Big Fella. Did miss that one, but they might try and find Tony. I don't think Big Fella wants to chase this far. Really just wants to cancel that clarity and maybe turn around tears. Does he really want to chase this? Big Fella getting turned on. The ultimate from Tony. Just going a bit too far. Snow the tip for his teammate. Spidey is also going for a root on to Coco. All of the spirits going to miss, however. Coco getting the stun, getting the blast afterwards. There is no more spirits for another 10 seconds. Adavash, the rotation over, plus the sleight of fist. Spidey has no way to get out of this. Just ticks down Tint with the last hit.
That's an absolute disaster, too. That's the one hero you do not want to die, and he dies to Juggernaut, who's already well ahead number one hero.
It's making this game a lot more tough for Spidey's team. GTK will catch Adavash on rotation back through, but it's 17-3, 3k gold lead. And now we're at a point where, yeah, 3k probably should be more, but Spidey's team done an okay job at keeping themselves in it, but it's slowly starting to get out of hand. It's definitely not irrecoverable, especially if they're getting kills on Adavash. JTK just got a solo kill onto Adavash and top. They're chasing a bit. Big Fella dropping low, but that's been not quite enough. Going for the root. No, Spidey's missed the chains. Didn't hit the timing and up the hill. They don't get the stun on the Tint either, and he is going to escape. Will lose his courier. JTK maybe hitting the stun. I don't think so.
That's the beef fury down. I think the beef fury recipe was on the Juggernaut courier there. He's not going to have that for a good bit. After 3 minutes.
Oh, this is a really good rope from Tony too, if they can actually find something. But I think they can cancel out the ultimate from the Snapfire. Coco getting a nice fear too from Tony back into the root, but I don't think they can keep chasing. We'll get stunned up. No, Spidez dodges it. Also gets stunned up by JTK on the backside. Snow with the rotation over. Is there going to be enough damage coming out from Tony? But no, Tony taking down Big Fella with that big AoE damage, able to bring him down even inside of that fear. Snow getting gone on quite again. Coco dropping though. Snow getting the return kill. Spidez can't stick. Spidez can't hang. Is going to try and pop the bottle. I don't think he wants to turn on to Snow though. Snow's just a bit too tanky. Is popping the bottle charges in the mid time. Going for the root. Snow has another Q. Does he really want to turn this? No. Spidez has the shield back. Will survive. It wasn't even close. 19-7, but it
turn.
Even net worth. Yeah, and well, the good thing is Tint just stayed all completely away from that. Like, didn't want to risk dying before he gets his Battle Fury at this point. 6-1 for him.
He has no reason to interact with the enemy heroes. He can hit creep.
Yeah, you might as well just wait till they come to you, honestly, and then have your teammates rotate. Big Fella going for that early Vlads, or at least it's a bit late of Vlads now. JTK might just get another kill. Yes. Actually, Artorias steals JTK's kill, but JTK, that's the second time now. He's gotten decent pickoffs. The one onto Aduvash, and now one onto the Dark Willow. Snow getting chased a little bit out. Spidey's maybe keep going for this, but he doesn't have the chain, so not able to root him in. Kind of surprised. Did he just get rid of the imp?
Snow fans here.
No.
We're seeing a lot of Snow fans in the chat.
Only 2. Is that a lot? Able to get out of the Sprout is Coco, as well as that chain's not really doing too much yet. It's still only level 1, so.
B-Fury is finished. It is time for the Jug, who's already by the way,
yeah,
way ahead.
He's gonna keep farming, I think. Aduvash might die here though. Aduvash having to pop the win run really early. Spidey's looking for the chains, but again, it's only level 1. It doesn't last that long. There's a nice shackle too. They really lined up for that one. Able to get the double root 2 from the Dark Willow. Able to get another one again too. There comes the fear on a 3. What a combo! Whoa. Do they have enough damage to get a kill onto Artelius? They do. There's the shackle. Aduvash making the plays to find 2 huge kills. JTK to fall as well. Aduvash, MVP so far, able to TP out in the middle of that. This is the Drow. What a shackle combo.
That was great. That was a crazy combo. That's just the power. Notice, despite the Dark Will and the Snapfire literally being the 2 lowest net worth heroes in the game, they just still do damage. It doesn't matter.
Very strong ultimates, pretty much solo kill people as long as you like don't cancel them, of course. And it's kind of why you if you're playing the Nyx, you have to be really patient with your carapace, because it's got to come out every single time the Snapfire goes for the ultimate. Snow might get sprouted here. Does find Artorias on the high ground. Is baiting him out a little bit. Artorias needs to go for a TP. Is going to be able to spot out the ward. And on the meantime, next to the Roche pit too, Aduvash getting caught out. I don't think he's able to live this one. No, the magic damage from Artorias able to get the kill. The ultimate there. Artorias will lose his life to Snow, but now Snow looking pretty unhealthy on his own. Only really has a hood to turn this. Is going to go for the TP out. The Uber not going to be in time. Channels for way too long.
That's still fine though if you're dire. I think it's still fine.
Yeah, it feels pretty bad that they lose Aduvash though. Mars, Big Fella needs to be careful here, I think. Is already using the spear too. Tinch could just go for the spin right now and the ultimate, but he's sticking around, going for the ultimate on the Mars, but there's just too much damage. Popping the passive. Big Fella able to turn this too. Tinch has gone too far. Waited a bit too long. The cookie there, Coco with the late rotation. Getting the kill return onto Big Fella, but you lost your Juggernaut. It's 24-11 and we're at a 0 net worth lead. All the kills going the way of Dire right now. They might find Coco too, because JTK has a stun plus a haste rune. I don't think he's able to get out of this one. Coco going for the tree, does get carapace, but there's a rotation over the nice shackle again from Aduvash to lock in JTK. The ultimate as well from the Snapfire. They get a double kill onto Tony.
I mean, the difference, really the big difference in net worth is you're looking at Jug versus Drow, which is about a 2.5k lead. You're also looking at Furion versus Dark Willow, which is also a 2.5k lead. Arturius, as he's done all season, he accumulates gold.
It's those bottom heroes, those bottom supports that are just way far behind for Dire right now. Snow's team's just having some issues farming them up, but they're finding kills, so I think it'll eventually turn around if they continue to do what they're doing, but need to keep the pace up for sure. You cannot let Spidez get too big. He still really doesn't have any items. He's still level 13 too. 18 minutes into the game, and if you look at Autobosh, he's a full 3 levels ahead. Tint is 14, and I think that's the highest actually. Autobosh 16. Having a hell of a game, but it's kind of something you expect from him too. He played really well last week.
He's quite the good Dota player.
Yes, I mean, he went toe-to-toe with Maguire. And, I mean, if you're able to beat Maguire straight up.
Yeah, I hope you know, if Snow ever watches this VOD, the moment he hears that, he's going to audibly laugh at what you're saying.
I think Spidez might get a bit caught out. Does get a nice double root, but there's the stun, or at least the Dark Willow surviving for now. Spidey's getting rooted up by Snow twice again. JTK running away, able to get out of that, and Medi's going to find the kill on the backside. The shackle just barely missing. Could have been the death of Spidey's, but there's a buyback from Willow. Arturius getting rooted up. The stun from JTK to slow down Snow, and now Coco needs to go for the cookie. Does hit it. It's gone a bit too far. Arturius tried to go for the TP in the trees, but I think that just makes it way too obvious that you're TPing inside of there.
All right. We're back to a nice, fun Dota 2 game with common pickoffs.
Like, all this stuff happens top, and then we just switch bottom, and it's just like, yep, Tint's just farming, he's doing his thing.
I mean,
Nothing's really changed.
Can Tint win this game?
Yes, I've seen Tint win games.
One thing is, I don't know this specific.
Oh, JTK. Game. JTK is going to walk underneath the sentry. Oh, JTK, no. Oh, he's playing it smart. No, he predicts that it's up there. What a god. He's surviving here too. Might be able to find Autobosh on the background. He has Vendetta for another 10 seconds, so they need to find the initiation soon. The Shackle Shot gonna miss, but Autobosh in the background. JTK finding it. The cookie knocks him out of the Uber, but I think they're still able to get into it on time. They don't have the damage to kill off Autobosh, but they do save the tower, so you gotta look at it as the positive there. Tint running into Big Fella again. I don't think we're gonna get the same outcome this time, so Big Fella knows he has to back. That Manta is up on Juggernaut.
I like this choice in Manta. It's very good. Lots of very good things to purge this game. Yes. All three Radiant Core heroes have things which are purged. And outside of those things that are purgeable, they have no CC, so very good game by Manta.
Yeah, and the main thing too is you get rid of the Drow Silence, and then you can get rid of everything else with the spin. So feels pretty necessary. I'm not sure what he goes for next though. Maybe like a Mjolnir or something. Seen a lot of Jugs do like a Mask of Madness Mjolnir build lately. I'm not sure if that's like what everyone does, but just people in my pubs, I guess, which my pubs aren't exactly the greatest. So.
Blink on Big Fella. He just got a Blink Dagger on the Underlord. Could be a very good fight.
Getting caught out immediately is Spidey's. They're fighting him on the backside. This is not how you want to initiate a fight. Taking a lot of damage too in his own ultimate is Big Fella. Able to just pop the passive and run away, but still ticking down. The ultimate goes to Creeps. Tint completely missing it. There's the ultimate from Coco. Not getting canceled either. It's a buyback from Spidey's. Spidey's has to find something.
He's a remnant.
Stunned again. That's a dieback. They kill 6 heroes without losing a single one. A complete wipe ×2 for Snow's team.
I mean, even if Spidez wasn't stunned there, he's still dead. That's a disaster. That's going to be a tier 2 tower in both bottom and mid lane.
They had good vision here too. Like the ward on the backside, they knew where they were, but Spidey's just way overextending. Not quite sure that's.
Sometimes it's not about the vision; it's about knowing what to do with the vision. We're seeing it here.
Yeah, and this is a 345 damage Pit Lord too, so I think these buildings are going to fall very quickly as the tier 3's ticking down. They're also going to find both the melee and the range. Snow needs to hit the melee once more. They're going to stick for it too. JTK getting a nice 3-man stun on the Snow, but is there any follow-up? They don't have Ember for a bit. The Cookie going to miss. The arrow, or the spear, sorry, not hitting anything, so they won't be able to stun Snow up. Tint does not want to be on this Uber ride. They'll go back to base.
If you look at it in a macro sense, a spear used like that is just a very large arrow. So I agree with your call. I think it was the correct call. Either way, though, this is a disaster for Radiant. They're down in network. They're down in buildings.
It's essentially it's a trident. Actually, is what it is. It's actually a trident. Yes, there's three. There's three. Look at it. There's 3 spears, or there's 3 things. It's a trident.
I see red. I see red. I see a bunch of red.
I mean, it's moving so fast that you can't tell, but it's 3. I promise. Look at that.
Did not know that.
All right, we can look at it. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3. I don't know if they have to be flat for it to be a trident. I'm not sure what the rules are there, but
I'm not an etymologist or my historian of ancient weapons. Don't worry.
it is called Spear of Mars, but it's technically a trident. Is all I'm saying.
Game is unplayable. Please.
Wouldn't you know this? Aren't you like a scholar in Roman history? Like, isn't
You
this
think the
written all
Romans
over?
cared about tridents? Come on now. Oh, Autovash.
That's part of the mythology, right? Oh, Autovash top lane is getting completely caught out. Again, I think it's JTK. The Spirit is going to hit. Spidey's jumping to it, nailing it on top of him. In bottom, they're trying to find a kill, a return on the big fella, but they've already lost Autovash. This is only a minor inconvenience for them, really. Medi might fall, and this is actually the kill that you really want to find. Getting stunned up on the jug, but it's not going to matter. Coco and the Q raining down from Snow. He's going to find another one. Snow 8, 3, and 9.
One of the few times your Drow could farm and your Drow's dead.
Yeah. JTK's totally the type of player that just randomly uses a Dagon for no reason.
Yep. Absolutely.
The comp is just nothing, but it's like a fuck you, I guess. This might be a good time for Spidey's to steal this. He has 2 spirits. He's able to get up to 3 here pretty soon. But I don't think they know that they're doing it. The scan still hasn't come out yet.
The thing is, they don't see Dire. So they know either Dire.
Spidey's on the backside, does have the sleight of fist, but they've already grabbed it.
Alright, never mind. No kills are had. Roach is dead.
I thought he might throw a spirit and then do the sick spirit out while you're in the movement. But yeah, he had no idea how low it was. JTK wasn't there. They also had a sentry at the same time. Snow might spot out JTK, but they have no sentries. This is an AC on Snow as well. A sentry in the back from Coco to spot out JTK. If he roams over, they will see JTK on the side. Tony spotting him out. There's the fear. Missing Snow, stunning him up on the front. There's the ultimate from Tint completely on the big fella. Big fella getting annihilated. There's no buyback. 50 seconds down. And up into the tier 3s we go. About half health on the tier 3s. Getting silenced up on Tint. Snow as well. The nice Cookie will stun too. Plus the ultimate they save with the force staff for now. But no, Spidey's ticks down. He's down for 50 seconds. No buyback. JTK finally canceling out that Snapfire ultimate.
This game is...
We'll stop it a bit late. But yeah, this game feels pretty over.
Radiant has one more fight in them at best. Oh, no. At this point,
he's going to cancel it. What?
That's actually so bad for the morale of your Radiants.
What? Why would he? Why would
okay, we have an explanation. We have an explanation. Snow's telling us.
If they lose this game, I swear to God.
Okay, the thing is, if I were Radiant, if I were captaining Radiant, what I would be saying is, let's fight one more time. If it fails, call GG. And at that point, you get to save the morale. But instead, they now need to be festering in this loss. Because they know this game's lost. They're not done. And they have to now sit there. Because it's hard to call GG when your entire team's alive like that. So they're now almost obligated to play this lost game currently.
I don't know. I swear to God, if they lose this game.
It's unlikely.
It's
Possible, but
unlikely. It's unlikely, but they did go for the riskier play. I will say that. On the backside, trying to find Autobots. They get stunned up, and they do catch out too with the Mars ultimate. But where's their damage? It's a buyback from JTK. The root as well onto 2. The chains coming out from Spidey's. The shackle just barely missing. It would have hit Spidey's, but he had the sleight of fist. Tint getting a little bit of hits from the Drought, but Drought just does 0 damage. Here comes the fear from the Dark Willow. They're getting stunned up. They can't get out this one. They're getting rooted as well. Still no heroes dead for Snow's team, and now Spidey's out of spirits. They could keep chasing if they really want to. Has a sleight of fist, but Autobots maybe keeps going. They find Big Fella in the trees as well, and yes, now it's looking like it's very much over. The GG coming out. Snow with a little bit of a BM play, but the game is still very much over. They get the Megas. They get the last tier 4. Ancient to fall. Game 1 going to Snow's team.
So how is Snow gonna fuck this up?
So
how is he going to lose these next 2 games?
Look at last year's finals. Did Snow win game 1? I think it went to 3 games, if I remember correctly.
Oh, I casted it. I should know this.
You casted 2 games in the last 6 months, Badger. And
they were the CDL Season 3 Grand Finals.
I can't remember who did. Well, let me jump into this lobby, then we'll go back to the scoreboard. But
thing is, Snow has said before his intention is to lose 3 times. He's lost twice. He's looking to lose the 3rd time.
Snow is not the type of person to like purposefully throw a game. He'll accidentally do it, but not purposefully. He had a really good game this game though. Like everybody on his team, only dying 3 times or less. Like that's a really solid team performance there. Autobosh with some nice shackles. Tint just farming out of his mind. Snow actually out-farmed Autobosh that game. So hell of a performance from him, from somebody that doesn't play Dota very often. So
Snow plays Dota less than I do, I think. Just saying something.
Yes, for sure. He's spent like 200 hours in EU4 instead of practicing for finals, but maybe that still gives you some sort of advantage, right? Like you know how to traverse like tense political situations now, and that makes you better at Dota, because that's essentially what Dota is.
Dota 2 is just it's a very odd.
It's pretty
game.
much a territorial war, right? Like
we're into trench warfare at this point. You grab the territory, you farm the creep, you grab the outposts.
I don't think that's the definition of trench warfare, but we'll go with it.
It's trench warfare. You build your little outposts. You stay in. You put up the Snapfire machine gun. Problem solved.
Oh, that is pretty much artillery. We're back to it. Is this like Dota World War One or something?
I'm telling you, man. Trench warfare, World War One. We're back.
Everybody,
you seen all the explosions in the chat?
Well, this is just JTK. He also didn't time them right, so it's not quite on, but it was a good attempt.
Well, Snow will grab Dire.
Make sure they mark the victories too, I guess. Be easy to see in game then.
I told him.
Yeah, I think so Snow took first pick game 1, and Snow took Dire as well. I think you want to go first pick if you're Spidey's. Potentially. I mean, their last pick in Ember there. I think it would have worked, but it died a couple of times to Autobosh early on, and it's just harder. Ember is like a hero that can come back, but when your pit lord is crushing, your top lane is crushing, like they could not stop Juggernaut. Drow had no impact on that game whatsoever. Like 4 CS in 5 minutes is pretty tough to handle. And it's mostly just because it had to go up into an Underlord Snapfire lane.
I think we see Snapfire ban in this game, right? We have to, right?
Totally. Like, yeah, it's pretty much guaranteed.
And that hero just feels so strong at pretty much every stage in the game, in every single situation.
I don't even talk shit about MX Squire, and he says he gets offended. What is this?
He's gonna kill you. It's fine.
All I said was, Arubash goes up against MX Squire. He beats him. That's
Dude,
pretty
it's fine.
impressive.
If
I said that was pretty impressive.
It's fine, man. If he tries to kill you, the most you have to do is go to an urgent care center. You'll be fine.
That's a compliment, if anything.
I'm saying you're not going to need to go to a real hospital. Maybe an urgent care center. Maybe first aid.
I live in America. I can't afford going to the hospital.
Good point. I feel you on that.
That's way too expensive, Badger. Alright, I think we're still on the same side. Spidey is taking Radiant. They will ban out that Snapfire immediately, just saying, hey, let's not forget about this hero again. And Disruptor Techie's gone. Honestly, where is the Force Storm? I think at this point, like when I played with JTK on my team and I was actually playing Dota, I was like, fuck it, we're gonna pick Force Storm because, you know, there's no reason not to, right? Like, it's pretty damn good. We're in CDL finals, just throw anything at the wall and see if it sticks. Although I finished like 3rd, 4th place in CDL, so my advice is pretty trash, to be fair.
Of course, my advice must be immaculate as a CDL champion.
As a cheating admin that rigged the league, yes. Very much so. Snow is also getting first pick again, too, so.
Remaining.
Let's aim to slow our ban.
Remaining.
That's a Dark Willow ban.
Yeah.
So we're seeing that basically all heroes that Snow's team played last game are being banned. So this could be interesting to see what actually gets through the pool here. What is being played that's different. We already see one different hero.
I mean, opening Lich is kind of weird, though. I mean, what was still in the pool? You still have Void Spirit in the pool. Void Spirit did get touched last game, surprisingly.
10 seconds remaining.
Especially into a Drow too. I thought they might go for it, but maybe something that Spidey's team could have picked up, honestly.
Ooh, okay, Invoker.
Is this is a JTK Invoker, right? Like this is a 4
It's gotta be
Invoker for
support
JTK.
Invoker. I thought. Actually, I have no idea which of the two players here plays Invoker, but I'm sure between JTK and Artorias, one of them could play support.
Well, it is very much flex. Like, if it doesn't get countered, you might as well just be like, yeah, we'll just throw it mid or something. But, I mean,
That's an Artorias hero for sure.
Yeah, so it is going to be JTK playing the Invoker then, if they decide to keep it in the support role.
Earthshaker.
And then they also pick out the Earthshaker too, which got
Probably
banned
a
last
Snow
game, but it was
Shaker,
banned by
right?
Snow's team. Yeah, he's usually the one playing that hero. Could have gone for Sand King too, but opting for that Earthshaker. I mean, either one is really good at getting on top of an Invoker, and you need some extra stuns for a Coddle too.
10 seconds remaining.
Jug banned out as well, kind of surprisingly. They still could go for a Slark, I think, if you're a Snow's team. But they ban it out. What the hell is with my predictions here? I think they should pick heroes that they're banning.
I mean, you're close. You're very close with your prediction.
Yeah,
It's
but that's the
uncanny how
complete
close you are.
opposite. It's the complete opposite of what I'm predicting.
I mean, you're saying a hero, you're saying it's going to get banned. And you're
No, I'm saying
the
it's going to
hero
get
gets
picked.
banned.
I'm saying Snow's team is going to pick it, and then they ban it. Like, that's complete opposite. That means they don't want to play it. They don't want to see the other team play it. Like,
they're thinking the same thing here. They don't want to see it in the game.
Then the Nakes, yeah, that makes sense. You need something to pair with this Lich, though, that can be really aggressive, I think. You don't want to be passive with Lich Ice Armor. I think that's still the definitely way to play that hero.
10 seconds remaining.
What hero
No
would they
respect
go
bans on Adu.
Remaining. Radiant team pick.
That would have been a pretty good.
Razor. Yeah, that would have been good for pairing with the Lich, too. But there's still some counters for it. You might see it clockwork this game, honestly. But if Snow wants to go eggs on Earthshaker, it's not too great. But Spidez has already also picked their 4 Invoker, so I don't think we're going to see it. Might just go for the offlaner right now.
5
The
seconds.
heck do you pair with Coddle or Invoker?
Well, with the Invoker, you'd want something that can just do things. There we go. That'll trigger Cold Snap. You see something that will trigger the Cold Snap, and that's it. Do things, trigger Cold Snap. Bam.
Snow muted me in chat. Wow, their team is complete cancer, apparently. Snow's team.
They muted you.
No, this is Discord.
10 seconds.
They muted you on Discord.
No, CDL General Discord.
Better
Tint
read.
has been muted in their draft, and all they put in their team chat is Pepe.
What the hell?
Angry Pepe.
This
Seems
is,
very productive.
just seeing that, I'm like, do I really want to see these guys play Grand Finals? It might just happen, considering they
Hey,
seem to have
the Dota
real
is a
thing.
game like where you win when you don't get tilted, and you just gotta like draft okay. That's the 2 recipes or the 2 ingredients for success.
Radiant team pick.
They're actually gonna pick
Assassin's
up the
back.
Nyx here too. It's decent into Veno as well as Coddle. Actually, it's good into all 3 of these. I think it's the worst into Veno out of all 3 of these. Now that I think
It's
about
not
it.
great into Venom, but it's fantastic into Invoker and Coddle. I'm a huge fan of this.
Those 2 heroes, yeah, like Nyx can just annihilate.
The thing is, though, there's 1 or 2 options if you're Snow's team. One, do you roll? You think Snow can just do well in the lane with a Nyx by his side? Do you think that's going to be a 2-hero melee that's going to go well? Or is it, do you put the Lich in the Shaker lane? Then what's your self-sustaining, strong laning safe laner you go to put here for the Nyx Assassin? And that's going to be interesting to see how the Dire team addresses that here.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well just put that in the very last. You could also go Nyx mid, but probably not going to happen.
If that happens, that's not going to happen. I'm not even going to bet. It's never going to.
It's not never going to happen.
When's the last time you've seen Nyx mid? 2013?
No, it's been more recent than that. I've seen it in RD2L, which is like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Okay, that's a void. You have a lot of things to throw into the Chrono, so it makes some sense, you know?
Yeah, also the combo with Invoker is kind of OP. Well, it's not OP. You just have to be really careful if you're Dire to not group up. Otherwise, yeah, you're just going to get destroyed with the... if Invoker gets an early level 20 and gets the Cataclysm.
You have Cataclysm, you have Poison Nova, you have Coddle Blast, you have Chrono. Put it all together. You need to just... If more than 2 heroes are caught, the fight's pretty much instant.
Yeah, unless they fuck it up somehow. But yeah, it's pretty much over.
The thing is, the window is so large. Like, you can literally have the Chrono up, and you could full charge a Coddle Blast in that time.
This is
You
like
can
a full...
Invoke the wrong spell, and then still do Cataclysm.
It's a really heavy team fight lineup for Spidey's. It's an annoying lineup to play into too, because even if you like get ahead, it's so hard to go high ground into Coddle Veno.
You know what I fear? If Dire doesn't pick good catch in the last 2 picks, then Radiant might go for a sniper. I fear that. I've seen too
They have
many
the Nyx. They have the Nyx into it. I think it's fine.
Nyx, you need Nyx for all these heroes. Like, you can't go on all the heroes at once with Nyx.
Yeah, but they still get pickoffs super easily. Like if you're still picking heroes that Nyx can get pickoffs on really easily, it's not like Nyx has an issue picking targets then. It just means every time Nyx's ult is up, he can go look for something.
That's a mix. I mean, that's
Um,
an anti-mage. I'm excited.
10 seconds remaining.
Anti-mage is pretty fun.
and Tint farmed really well last game
5
too.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, he's gonna have a lot of farm. Like he took over the game to a pretty decent degree as Jug last game with the amount of farm he had. This hero farms so fast.
Dire team ban.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see what his GPM is. Let's put it that way. The only problem is, will AM have a fun time in the lane up against the Venom Evoker? I think probably not, but you never know with these things. Maybe they actually sack Tink and allow him to recover later in the mid game, but it's more of a philosophical thing than anything at that point.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
And they OD Wind Ranger. So they didn't want to play against Wind Ranger again. Imagine not respect banning Snow. Only person not respect banned is Snow. Okay. Yeah, but get the Wind Ranger and OD bans though. And I don't know, what are we expecting?
10 seconds.
They have their core, they still need a mid. Again, you probably don't throw the Nyx mid. So you just pick something for Aduvash to go off on again. The Wind Ranger being gone already would have been decent into the Void.
Does,
The
Aduvash
Void
play
Spirit's
Kunkka?
still in the game right now. Yes.
I like the Kunkka pick then. That's a pretty good option here. I think it's a relatively decent pick no matter what Spidez picks as their mid lane option. It can lane into the Invoker if that's a concern you have. It's a pretty good counter team fight hero. You just have the run buff, you have the actual ship. It does damage with the Tidebringer. I like the Kunkka pick.
Mid Silencer, let's go. Look at all these spell casting heroes. Let's just pick the Silencer.
Radiant team hit.
Damn it!
Okay.
Let me go the boring cancer hero.
Viper, I mean, it's Viper. He has corrosive skin. He doesn't die, I suppose. He gets level 25 talents of silence.
He still does.
I mean, he dies more slowly. Let's put it that way.
I really wanted to see them like pick something that Adubash can make plays on though, and Viper is not a hero that does that.
It's possible. It's just more difficult.
Remaining.
It's not really feasible. Again,
It's
we'll
because
have to see what they go for, Radiant mid, but like, I mean, Viper's just like, okay, let's just win the matchup and be okay with that instead of let's, throw it, toss up in the air, see if we can pick something that Adubash, it's down to skill. And after like last game, I would trust Adubash winning a matchup. Viper is kind of like saying, okay, we're not too confident in it, so let's just pick the hero that beats everybody.
Admiral Kunkka.
Okay, Kunkka did come out, but for a different hero.
Yeah.
Also like on Radiant.
This is a really hard game for Snow's team.
If Adu can have Adu needs to have a very good middle lane. I think it's possible. He has the Viper, so we're going to have to see how strong his very basic laning mechanics are.
I don't know. This is Spidey's Kunkka. Like, I think Spidey's wins. And
I find it interesting. Like they're putting in the all chat, no respect bans for Snow, which is the exact opposite approach to my team took. My team literally all 6 bans one game were respect bans for Snow.
Why though?
I guess they're more disrespect bans than respect bans, but still. We thought if we just banned all of his heroes, he couldn't play anything, and then we lost twice.
Because the rest of the heroes are legit. You gotta ban a couple of Adubash heroes, I think. Just make sure he doesn't get like comfort. Tony on Nyx, I think I've seen him play it like once or twice. Balling out on that hero. I don't know. We'll see. I think Spidez wins this game, though. It's like a 90% chance that Spidez wins this game. 90, 91. 92 if
I'm
they
not
keep
that
spamming.
confident. I'm not that
92 if they
confident.
keep spanning monkey business, but this is Snow's team. It is going to game 3 no matter what. Like, let's be honest.
I'm not ready to judge the win percentage until I see what Aduvash does in this mid lane. And it's Viper. You never count out Viper. You never count out the Viper.
Magic is an
Oh,
abomination.
what a son. Snow is giving him a shout out. Anyway, Snow is on the Earthshaker down here in the bot lane. Tony paired with him. Adubash getting pinged a ton. I'm not really sure what's happening there. They want him to ward, I bet. Coco
Yeah, he is
on
a
the
ward.
Lich. Tint on the Anti-Mage. Coco, actually. Coco starts with 2 salves. What is this? Why does he start with 2 salves every game?
He likes
What?
regenning. I mean, it probably happened one pub game where the 2 salves, one on the lane, he just buys 2 salves every game.
Every single game now. All right, Badger, what's the starting 5 for
For which side?
Radiant?
All right, let's go top lane to bottom lane. In the top lane, we've got JTK on the Venomancer, Big Fella on the 3 Invoker. In the middle lane, we have Spidez on the middle Kunkka. Bottom lane, we have Meti on the safe lane Void. And finally, Artorias on the support.
Okay, is it Spidez or Spidey's? Big Fella. What is right? Which one is right? I have no idea.
I'm not an etymologist. All is fine.
Big Fella needs to send it to me again, because like I don't know. He sent me the pronunciation, but I didn't understand it because
I think he's busy right now. I think he's busy. A little bit busy.
I could just all chat. We could pause right now and ask, but
I don't think we're allowed to do.
you would be. You could get away with it. Don't worry about it.
No, I would not get away with that, dude.
They did miss a creep, unfortunately. Snow went for the block on the other 3. It's still going to push the lane. Just a slightly, but not as much. You'd rather have the block.
A rough start for Kunkka. Kunkka got no lasts in the first wave. Viper had 3 pseudo denies and 1 straight deny in the range creep. A really bad start for the Kunkka first wave here.
Adubash up 2-1. He is having to hit under tower right now, which is a little unfortunate for Adubash, and he's going to struggle to get some of these, especially
Still
since
fine
he
though.
wants to
He's
keep.
trading.
Yeah, he wants to keep Spidey zoned out for sure. Spidey's actually doing a nice job picking up 2 there. Adubash doing a ton of damage, but he's out of mana. Spidey's able to hit the torrent there too. 3 CS. Top, it is Big Fella playing that support Invoker. JTK, I think that's what's happening anyways. It might be Big Fella 3 Invoker, but I think it's the support Invoker, and JTK is farming right now.
That would be crazy. That would be quite crazy.
And then bottom, Tony doing a nice job of contesting at least the pull a little bit. Artorias going for the double pull. I don't think he's going to get it, though, because both Snow and Tony have rotated over to try and find this. We'll be able to get the range creep plus the creep, too. Doing a lot of damage there with the blast, Artorias.
It's a very good.
Is
blast.
Artorias a Coddle player? It's starting to look like it.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
Huge
Tony
double play.
didn't see that Artorias hit the creeps over here, and it pulled them. So he still gets the double pull, which is pretty nice for Artorias, I think. Still making it's pretty good amount of space for the Void. Medi should have a better game this game, and yeah, he's already starting out so much better too. Already up to 8.
Wow, Tints. He's getting some CS, but he's having a pretty rough time. Already had to use this. They're losing the region where unless Coke would have started salving Tint repeatedly. It is distinctly possible.
Honestly, if you're Medi, you'd be so happy right now. Like, you're just like, damn, I started out with 4 last game, but it's doing much better this game. I can actually have an impact. Like, and pretty much all he's got to do, I think, is just hit like 2 people in Chrono. And then they have, like you said, they have so many abilities to throw into it. Like, they're going to find kills no matter what. And it's actually pretty decent to the Anti-Mage too. And now they're Torrent hitting Adubash mid. Still getting a lot of harass though. Adubash is not even like paying attention to creeps right now. Completely on the other high ground.
It's fine though. It doesn't matter how many creeps he gets, as long as he can stay ahead in creeps. And while Kunkka's regening, he will regain the creep.
Yep. And I mean, they're pretty much tied right now. Only one CS. The thing is, yeah, the Kunkka can do this pretty easily. Spidey's able to farm the jungle. He has to be a little careful. It's going to make him salve a bit more, but he does have the X in like 5 mana, so he can just go back to base.
He doesn't have mana for TP scroll though.
Oh, yes, that actually is true. I have miscalculated, so yeah. He needs 100 mana and he's a bit short, so he might just have to walk all the way back with without boots.
See, this is the play for Aduvash. Eventually, you will win this war of attrition. We are truly in trench warfare.
Yeah. And honestly, he needs to be careful from dying to creeps right now. But yeah, he just goes for the stack. Okay, I was like, holy crap. Dropping a little low there, playing it some risky. Coco has used one of his salves. Tint dropping a little low too. Tint's actually getting zoned quite a bit right now, but he's already at 20 CS at the moment. If they keep pushing too, this is pretty easy for an AM to get CS. Nice deny there from Big Fella though. Actually getting another one. Tint's actually on top though, surprisingly.
Yep, despite the difficult lane, he's doing pretty well.
Yeah, it's gonna get worse and worse. Oh, I am missing first blood mid. Aduvash just gets a DD, and that's about as easy as it gets. You just pick up the DD, throw a couple hits out. Viper's gonna slow you too much, and those hits hurt. So again, not the playmaking ability of Viper. That was just a DD. Viper is not a playmaking hero. Prove me wrong.
Hey man, Aduvash is proving you wrong right now, man.
No, he's... How? I just told you how he's not. This is an easy lane for him. This is why you pick the Viper, though. Because it's just like, yep, I'm just going to click my Q on you. Literally, every time you walk up, it's tough picking a melee hero into a Viper as well. Because it's going to happen every single time. Aduvash has the ult again now, too. He has a full 2 levels on top of him. He actually does get 6 now on Spidey's, but... Honestly, it feels like Aduvash could just pop the ultimate right here. Oh, I'm missing kills.
He's going to, yeah. He's going to go. He should be going for at least. This is.
He's up to 5 stacks.
He had the mangoes. That was a free chance.
I think he could have gone for it. He got up to 5 stacks on the Q, so that magic
especially
res.
knowing the torrent's on cooldown. The only counterplay there for the Kunkka is to torrent and try to.
Wait,
try
what
to
adds up per stack? The move slow and magic res per stack. Okay.
That was a free kill. But it's okay. If anything, Kunkka now has to buy more regen, farm jungle creeps. He salves up. He's still around half HP. So I mean, no matter. Oh, this regen. If Kunkka gets the regen here, that's kind of game changing. But
Tony twice. Tony, no! I don't think you're gonna get it. Oh, he just barely gets it at the side of the tower.
This man is
quite the career hunter.
Quite the career hunter.
Yeah. Tint is starting to fall behind, I think, but it's kind of expected. Like, as soon as JTK gets a couple of levels into the ward, he's not even leveling the Gale either, which I think is the right play. Like, just max out the ward ASAP, so Coco can't just hit it twice to bring it down. Like, you actually have to focus them. I think you max out ward first, though. And Tint is pretty much getting completely harassed her out. Tint might be on top for last hitting wards. That too, yeah. That is true, especially early on since you only have to hit wards twice. But we're at a point now where Tint can't really focus them, and that's why he's probably going to slow down a bit. He still is going for the Battle Fury, however, which that extra regen will feel pretty nice.
It's hard not to go for it in any mage.
Yeah, true. I've never seen anybody do like a Maelstrom build on an anti-mage.
It's just not worth it at that point.
I could see it being kind of cool. Get some attack speed from something. Pick up the Maelstrom. Could be legit. Who knows? It's like build it like you would a Wind Ranger, sorta. We also lose another courier too. This time it snows. Do a bit of damage into Medi. This actually feels like a decent matchup too. The Earthshaker into a Void. We'll dive top for Tint, I think, but Big Fella is out of mana. Is going to take a bit of harass here, too. But, yeah, they can't actually dive for Tint. Does have 7 stacks on the wand, but he can't really walk too close, because look at the amount of wards JTK is just building up right now. And Big Fella pretty much just pulling the creeps around every single time now. And top lane is pretty much a complete mess if you're Dire. Tony dropping low bottom. Might need another bash, but no. The blast from Arturius lands. Dead eye, that one.
I mean, this is better than last game start for Spidez' team. I mean, they have a kill. They're not too far behind in gold.
Yeah,
This is better than
so net worth, yes, it was sort of pretty even still last game. It's the kills that is much better for them. That like aren't way behind.
I think importantly, Tint is not just running away with the gold. Like, by the time asking,
Tint maybe trying to bring down Big Fella. There is a tornado that will turn it slightly, but no. The ult from Tint getting him a kill. And there's the tip for the tilt too.
That's a beautiful.
That's why people play Animage. Like literally, I don't even think people enjoy playing it. It's just the sound. Like, it's ASMR pretty much.
I as somebody who's played a lot of Anti-Mage, Anti-Mage players don't play Anti-Mage to enjoy playing Dota. They enjoy it
for the sound. Like if
they
people
enjoy winning Dota games.
If you like ASMR, you'd like playing Animage. Is it going to be a rotation bottom? Tony is a little bit far out right now. He's going to hit a nice carapace onto 2. Is he going to be able to hit this down on a Big Fella? He does. There is also an EMP coming out from Big Fella, but Many going for the chrono, not quite popping it. Will save it actually. Still hasn't yet. Snow going for the stun. Finally pops the chrono. Tony also caught on the side of it, and I don't think he's going to be able to escape. There needs to be a stun from Snow, but he doesn't want to throw out the fissure. Still saving it. Many looking very dead. The last hit going to Snow. Saving the fissure till the last second. We'll find Medi and the tips too.
It's a disaster. They planned on the Chrono and the Cuddle Blast comboing better together, but Cuddle Blast did not hit the next, which is not going to work.
Yeah, you still got to be happy. Oh, there's a rotation top. Coco looks very dead right now. They tried to find Tint in the trees, but that ult bouncing around from Lich, not bouncing over to JTK, unfortunately, who would have died there. But no, the final bounce! The creep was still alive. It had another bounce. JTK falling.
That's great. I love it.
Everything, it just feels like it's going Snow's way right now. Sure, they take the top T1, but that's kind of what you expected. You're only giving Tint more space now.
Good invis rune denied by Artorias there. Audivash looking for the invis. Did not get
Snow still doing just fine. Honestly, it's not bad. Like, if you're Tint, you're like, well, I have a ton of space now. I can go to the jungle. I mean, the faster that tier 1 falls, like the safer I feel just sitting behind and farming. We'll see what JTK actually decides to do. Maybe rotating mid, trying to bring down Audivash, and I think they're going to have the damage too. They will not find Spidey's as he almost ticked down. And bottom, at the same time, Snow popping the ult to find Arturius.
Yeah, they use the Echo. It's a fine trade. I mean, it's not like you're going to need the cooldown anyways, but across the map, you're very happy if you're Radiant.
Yeah.
You take that trade.
Oh god, Snow still does the Agnum's Rest on Earthshaker. I forgot about this. Is getting bashed up quite a bit by Medi. Medi doesn't have that ultimate yet though, but Medi has gone and asked for a little bit too much. Didn't realize how much damage, and they're also losing top too. They've lost the Veno, JTK dying. They won't chase Big Fella any further. Tint has the ult if they really want to chase it.
I wonder how Snow feels just solo killing 2 people in a row. His family watching. Must be proud of Snow. What a great Dota player he is.
This guy literally does not play Dota. I've never seen this man in my life.
Neither. I used to back in the day, but it's been months since he actually played Dota.
He's just completely, like, hasn't practiced. But that's just how good Snow is, though. Like, he doesn't need practice.
Dear God.
Yes, the last hits from the wards do count, by the way, Vanasis. I think so. They do.
They do. They 100% do.
Because cogs count as denies. I'm pretty sure, like, any time you get the last hit on something, it will count.
Hey, Mr. Karate, look at the hero net worth, and look who's on top. It's all 3 of Snow's teams.
Yeah, once again. But yeah, look at who's on bottom once again.
There's support.
All the supports from Snow's team, and Snow is going to get slowed up, looking for a stun, but he is going to get the cold snap as well. A nice double stun from Tony to follow it up, plus the ultimate from Coco. Don't go to creeps, it goes to creeps, unfortunately, but they're still going to find Big Fella. The ultimate coming out from Coddle, and they're trying to chase Snow into the trees, going for the stun. Snow cannot reveal himself right now, still hiding, will eventually tick down. JTK just saying, fuck it, I'm going to pop the ultimate. hiding in the trees, popping a ward down to save himself on the backside too. I'm just completely ignoring it. They kill off Coco, and they've lost 2 heroes downhill. The rotation down from Aduvash, not looking to find anybody else. There is rotation from Spidez, but Aduvash has the ult. You have to be so careful here. The stun from Tint, no. Tony, the stun on cooldown, they don't find it. JTK now running over into the trees. That old side shop area might be the safe haven. Could go for the TP as well, but I don't think he's gonna have the space for it, especially with the break too. Aduvash looking for the ultimate. There's the Gale. The stun from Tony secures them that one.
He could have TP'd for a while, but TPing is not JTK's style. He wants to fight to the death.
And yeah, we're a bit spaced out again. Tint is getting closer and closer to that Battle Fury. It's still going to be like, I think it's going to be like 16 minutes, I would guess. Something like that. Maybe 17, which is still pretty good. It's not 17. The best, but... It's not the best, but... You'll take it. For how difficult that lane was.
He's still ahead of all the opponents in terms of net worth, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
He'll be able to accelerate, become top of net worth, farm a lot of creeps, buy treads, buy map, by BKB, by Butterfly,
it's an entire process, and I think you're fine just doing that if you're Tint 2. You don't even have to show up to these fights. Snow being very aggressive right now. Tanks the cold snap completely underneath the tower too. It's 4 heroes diving underneath. That blast missing from Arturius completely off target, but I think they're still gonna find the kill. It's a nice tornado in the meantime, but Tony lost his courier as well. JTK starting to build up the ward, so Aduvash might need to go for a TP soon, looking very dead on the back side too. Snow using the ultimate to bring down Big Fella on that Invoker. There's the ultimate from the Kato. Arturius, I believe that's a buyback too, will get the return onto Tony. They also get the X onto Snow. Snow has another stun though. The ultimate coming out from Lich, but it's really, no, it bounces over to the 2 heroes, and again, there's a lot of kills coming for Coco. Able to get out is Snow, but I think you'll still take it. Honestly, that's a dieback from Arturius. Meanwhile, mid, Tint going for the last hit on the tower. I don't think he's going to be able to get it, though. He needs to run in and hit this. 5 seconds till that blink is up. There's the ultimate for Medi. They don't have a Sunstrike yet. He's going to be able to blink out immediately afterwards. Needs to hit a bash, but not able to get it. Chrono completely wasted, and that is definitely a tip.
The thing is, that fight could have been a lot better for Snow's team, because pretty much Aduvash wasn't able to do much. She got isolated and killed by the Radiant.
Oh, Snow looking for the fissure. Gonna get the block too. No, he didn't throw it out before the X came, and now they missed the block. Tony getting the stun onto 2. Spidey's gonna be their main target. There's the Lich Armor as well. The rotation down from Tint. Has the ult if he wants to blow it. Will get the kill onto Spidey's. The TP out elsewhere.
Radiant is going for that mid-tier 1 though, so they're getting something in return.
Also, yeah, we were both off. He got it at 16 minutes, the Battle Fury. So I was initially right. Badger, you just convinced me that I was wrong. Dang it. I should have stuck with my original guess. Oh, they get the last hit on the tower though.
It's pretty important to get the last hits. If they not came to Dire, that would be very bad for the Radiant economy. Dire's already in the lead. Having that would be a very big deal. Alright, let's see here. What are we looking at? Radiant, there's some group together. Is there a smoke on them? I do not see a...
They want to find the AM. And they're in a good place for it too, but Tony's actually scouting this out. For the meantime, needs to be careful where he's walking. They don't have vision on the rest of them, but Tint knows he just needs to play away from the Kunkka right now.
Man, Tint is either misplaying or he's super paranoid because he has strength treads on continue. Okay, never mind. He started switching now.
He just finished the treads.
He had
like he literally just did. That's 30 seconds. 30 seconds is nothing. They're definitely going to kill Tony top. He doesn't have the carapace either. No, he pops ult, and they use the sentry a bit too late. Again, I speak too soon, and actually bottom, they're losing the Veno. JTK falling yet again. And to the top lane we look. They're going to lose this sentry underneath the tower. How does Tony want to initiate this? He does have a carapace too. They have no vision over him. Might be able to find Arturius in the backside. Wait for his teammates to TP up. But Rotation over from Aduash. Tony in the back. He does have a stun too, but there's only a couple seconds left. 7 on the Vendetta to be exact. They're going to spot him with the Sentry too. Able to get the Carapace off to follow this up. At least get some stun out. He's got a wand as well, but they have to be so careful fighting around this ultimate from Coddle. They get the kill on the big fella. That Lich ult just bouncing around. Spidez doesn't have the boat either, since he already used it to try and get the kill onto Tony. Ultimate not really put to great use. JTK trying to get some damage into Tint, but there's really no finding it. I'll just get another blink away too. Gonna keep trying to chase him out with that Gale on top of him. Throw out another ward too, but yeah, he's not gonna chase him too far. Tint going for the Manta next, which I think is pretty justified. That makes sense. Snow has the eggs and about 800 gold. He's a bit slower on that than we thought he would be at the start, but still, I mean, making progress. I don't think they can find him here either. Like, even if you hit the Gale. On the backside, Tony looking for a kill. Could potentially be JTK. We yet again, JTK getting caught out, but where's the follow-up? They also have a Fissure. Blinking from Tint. The Fissure not quite online, though. Tint can't actually hit him anymore. Still gonna die, I think. There's the blast, but the boat coming in from Tony. Doesn't have that Carapace anymore. Taking a lot of damage from Spidey's. They kill off two. Snow and Tony on top of each other. The hits from Spidey's are starting to add up.
That's not an ideal Fissure. They need to get the kill and get out immediately. The bad Fissure delays the kill, gets 3 heroes. That's almost it's little things too. Like, had that been a good Fissure, that would have been 0 kills for Radiant. Instead they have 3 kills.
Yep. All on the Spidey's too, and so Spidey's is getting quite a bit bigger. This Imp Claw is actually insane on Kunkka. Like, just an early, you don't have to buy Crystallis, you just get an Imp Claw, don't have to worry about getting any sort of crit other than that for the next 20 minutes or so. You can just focus your other on MC. He ended up going for a Shadow Blade first. I think he needs a BKB.
Time is money.
Still really haven't grouped up yet though, so I think it's a lot closer. Well, and actually it's only a 1k gold lead, but we've seen Snow win a lot of team fights, but it is going to be really close once we get into these team fights that are later into the game, because they can just hit a chrono and throw everything into it. We just haven't quite seen the combos yet.
They're going on Snow still. He's once again just running into enemy heroes.
Yeah. He's got eggs now, though, so it's a bit safer at this point. They're also going to see Tony running through these wards, plus a Sentry. Meanwhile, mid Tint is just pushing it out. There is a Chrono up, and I think Medi wants it. But yeah, not going to be there in time. Tint is pretty much at the Manta. Like, he pretty much has it. 700 gold. That's pretty. This creep wave plus a couple of creep camps. Snow is running into high grounds yet again, and this time he does not want to be here. Is going to get X'd up, does pop the Fissure over, but he's going to tank a boat on the backside, plus the Cuddle ultimate. Meanwhile, JTK might getting focused on that AM. Mint not finding the kill, having a TP away. We'll get it too. And they just lose Snow. Very risky plays.
Alright, that was not ideal if you die. You didn't really want Snow to reveal that and then immediately die.
Yes, very... not exactly ideal. I just noticed that Snow's team has 2 fans, if you look to the upper right. I didn't notice this first game, but they have 2 fans somehow. So, that's impressive.
I think it's from in-game watchers, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but how do you count towards the teams? I don't know how that works. I thought you had to have the banner or something. Like, how does his team have a banner?
Maybe they have a banner.
Apparently.
Maybe they asked Gaben for a banner.
I had no idea you could do that, but I mean, that's pretty impressive. Seem clearly the GOAT. Well, this is a really advantageous fight for Dire if they take it, though. They have all the vision advantage. They're going to spot Bitfella running into the high ground, too. There's the ultimate, but do they have any vision afterwards? No, they do not. There's the dust. They finally get it. Snow jumping forward. Tony with the hit, too. They're not going to be able to find Arturius, however. Snow maybe jumping forward. No, the pushback in time, but the net is there. Snow could keep going. He kind of blocked himself, and he has no blink either. Fissure down for 6 seconds. They do not want to keep chasing. Tint knows he has to back up too. They found some kills, and now's the time to back. Tint is very securely on top in terms of net worth. But again, it still feels like all Spidez team has to do is hit a chrono onto the AM, and AM is for sure dead. Still not tanky enough yet. Like, you're still seeing that network jump around too. Again, it's mostly because the supports on Snow's team are really far behind. Tony struggling quite a bit, but he's still doing his job on a Nyx Assassin. These games are a lot closer than everybody said they would be, though. They said it would be, oh, they're going to be complete stomps. But we're 23 minutes in, and it's pretty much a tie game.
Thing is, look at the anti-mage. Anti-mage is big.
Anti-mage is pretty
That's
big.
the ticking time bomb as well.
He needs a BKB. He needs a BKB. He's going for Abyssal first. They might try and find Spidey's in the trees. Coco spots him. They need to get some dust here too. But do they have any stun? There's the fear. The gaze bopping him out for now. Plus the stun from Snow gets the boat off, but it's not going to matter. Nice kill there from Tint. And really nice play from Coco. It's fine, right? Like, it's totally fine.
It's a high mana cost, man.
True.
275 mana cost.
I mean, they don't want to fight bottom anyways, I don't think. Like, you do not want to just jump into a chrono, especially Medi with a Mjolnir. We'll see if they go for the trade here. They did pop the fort, but Dire or Radiant has the same ability. And pop out the fort of their own, and I think Radiant's going to get the advantage here. Tony finding another courier. Again, it's JTK's. See if they can find Medi taking a little bit of damage on the front side, as well as some wards being popped out from JTK. There's the root too. Medi is still here, not popping the TP. And I think he might be looking for the chrono, but they're just not grouped up yet. On the backside, maybe on the Coco. He does finally use it onto Autowash plus Coco, but again, there's no Sunstrike, there's no Cataclysm. They don't have any damage. Sure, you got the kill onto the Lich, but now what are you gonna do? They're splitting the Sunstrike. They find Medi on the backside. Snow with the nice stun. Can they get Artorias? I don't think they have another stun through. Snow not quite in the area.
The Sunstrike wouldn't. It was a one exort Sunstrike, don't worry.
Oh, was it? I mean, they split it anyways, so I was like, yeah. But finally getting some levels into it. I'm surprised they didn't max it because, yeah, every single chrono we've seen has really been somebody that's already dead or he just doesn't do enough damage. I mean, that Mjolnir does help quite a bit, but Medi, not with a BKB, just gets stunned up afterwards.
Ooh, telescope for Dire. That's huge. It's a huge,
I think
huge
you give it to Lich, maybe? Yeah.
Yeah, they have it on Lich. It's just, that's a huge, huge thing for the cast range.
Bonus attack range, bonus cast range. Does feel pretty good.
If the attack range is less useful, I guess the Anti-Liberation range is pretty useful, but it's having the cast range.
I mean, it's
a lot of heroes where...
What's the
AoE? A lot of
AoE?
heroes that can... it's like 1200, right?
Okay, yeah, that's probably, yeah.
There's a lot of heroes on the Dire team that would never want to prioritize cast range. It's not that important to them, but if they get cast range, it's very good. Like Viper, he never gets cast range, but having cast range, that's pretty huge for like Viper. Anti-mage, yeah. I've never seen Anti-mage by cast range, but if he has cast range,
so
longer range on Abyssal Blade.
Back in the days when Bloodseeker was picked a ton, I used to see Ziffer by what the hell is it called?
Aether Lens on Anti-Mage?
Yeah, Aether Lens on Anti-Mage. Yeah, so you could just avoid the Rupture. And I think he had a cast range talent for it too, so you could completely avoid damage with it. And then every Bloodseeker's just like, oh no, they're going to definitely get the kill into Coco. This is a lot of abilities to use the boat at the same time. They also have that buff, and I don't think Dire wants to fight into that boat buff either. I'm surprised JTK hasn't bought a gem yet. I really think that would potentially just win them the game. Honestly, just get rid of all the vision. They would be able to spot out Tony a lot easier too. Tint is playing pretty close to them right now. Just farm up mid. The rest of Dire is in this top lane. They want to find this tier 2 in the top lane. Spidey's doesn't have vision on Tony. Tony needs to be a little bit careful here. So I think we're going to get one more sentry, and they do see just barely leaving. Artorias doing a nice job. This entire jungle warded. Tony has nowhere to go. for initiation. Many with
That's
that chrono
totally.
up yet again. Snow jumping in. Do they have enough damage? I don't think so. There's the chrono on the 2. Just hitting into the spirit is Adubash. Finds the kill onto that one. Tony to die as well. Carapace not helping him there. Snow also lost his life. Meanwhile, bottom Tint taking out the tower. Up to 17k, but I mean, really, what do you do if you're AM? Sure, you have all this gold, but it's not like you can fight 1v5. Buying back is Snow.
He's forcing heroes back, though, pushing out lanes, getting tower trades. He's doing about all he can, given the circumstances.
Yeah, well, they also back because of the Snow buyback there, too, but...
I mean, the Coddle already
Kinda
backed
have
before
to.
that, though. The Coddle already backed, so at this point, you're fighting 4v3 and can be back 4v4.
JTK looking for Tint. Pops the spider legs, and keep going,
He
too.
could have killed him, but he could have straight up went onto the Venom and killed him, I'm pretty sure.
Potentially. Big fella was in the area, so...
The only thing he has to do is use Atos, but if you Atos, you can't control the Atos, and then you just die.
You just spell... I mean, the slow Atos with the Manta, like...
Maybe as an anti-mage player, I understand. You get into this mode, this mental mode, where it's dodge the fights, dodge the hero, and it's hard to tell exactly when you just are able to kill the enemy heroes.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know.
He knew that, but they didn't. Tint obviously doesn't know what we know.
To be fair to Tint, though, I think he's done a good job. Like, he has shown up to some earlier fights to get some kills. He's still 3-0-4, so he's still seen some involvement.
He's played a good game. But the thing with anti-mage is, it's not about having a good game anti-mage. It's about having an optimal game. And right now, this team fight with the Abyssal Blade, he can now have an optimal game.
Did they just smoke under vision? Oh, no, they didn't. It was just barely out of vision, actually. This sentry is actually missing their ward.
But
I don't think they see this. They don't see this. This scan gonna hit as well. They know where Arturius is. Finding Arturius is Tony. The stun, but no, the block. Snow missing it yet again. They pop the dust, and I don't think they want to keep chasing. They might find Spidey's on the backside, though. They found Tint with the boat, but that's a really early boat coming out. Can they get a focus onto anybody? Dodging the EMP is Tint. You're also on the backside. JTK popping the ult very early, but BK being an off is Zaduvash, taking a lot of damage to Snow. Not able to get the ultimate or another stun off. He actually did get the ultimate, but not another stun. They lost JTK. Driving forward is Medi, but Medi, you can't keep going. You don't have a follow-up. You don't have Chrono. The mistakes were made. Blinking forward again is Tint. Can they get a bash? Probably not, especially since they have the mischance, but Arturius looking very dead right now. Tint may be looking for more. He's got Abyssal in 20 seconds, though, so it is a little bit before that is up. We'll be into the mid-tier 2s. It's just a little bit of an overcommittal by Medi.
Look at the power of the telescope with the Abyssal Blade. Look how far away Tint used the Abyssal Blade from. It was 750
Yes, actually,
range.
yes. Like, and Tint just has free reign to do whatever in these fights. Like, big fella's a bit too far out. Tint can just Abyssal him. Same thing with Arturius. Like, Medi got caught out. Oh, Tint almost getting the Abyssal over onto big fella yet again. Purge off that cold snap, and maybe it's into Roche potentially. They do have the chrono up in 20 seconds.
This is despite a relatively pedestrian game from Snow too. They're doing a great job right now on Dark.
Pedestrian game? What?
Relatively plebeian game from Snow.
Plebeian game. Okay. Wow, that's some rare flame from Badger.
He would appreciate my flame in the way in which I'm doing it. He truly.
Yeah,
I'll get some message at like 2 in the morning, like, "Hey, Badger, I saw your flame."
Well,
He
look,
leaves some Pepe reaction image.
We're at an hour and 37. It'll be at like maybe 12:30 in the morning. Maybe.
I mean, game number 3. That's
to be fair. Snow is
like
like every time I cast a Snow game, I feel like he watches the cast even if they lose, which is not a lot of people do. So, very impressive. I think Tint's just going to get caught out right now. They have 2 Invis heroes. Tint doesn't have a BKB either. Needs to try and Manta dodge this, but no. Still has the Manta. Able to get it, but no. There's the Chrono to follow up. They don't hit the right illusion. They're hitting the illusion. They need a bash. Tint able to get out. He's gotten away. The missed tornado. He has Blink in 3 seconds. Being slowed down by the Void. Where's the rest of his team? They're not here. He can't purge away. The Void slow. And they still fight him. It's so close, but I mean, he just really needs a BKB.
That was so close to being a disaster for Radiant. I was so close to being a disaster.
Everything used.
He could have also meant to dodge the X return, but that's kind of difficult to do. Very difficult.
I thought he might go for the Manta dodge on the X, but it would have been very risky. Especially, you never know when he's going to pull it back either on the Kunkka. So it's kind of just like complete feel. You can't time it. Coco maybe getting caught out by Big Fella, but I don't think so. The Cold Snap plus the Urn. Big Fella popping out some Rev, and there's nobody from his team coming to help either. Easy kill there for Big Fella, and he's actually on a killing spree. 4,
He
6,
gets style
and 10.
points on that one, actually. Big Fella casts the Sunstrike, immediately walks away. That's some style points right there.
Oh, so he pulls some Steph Curry. Okay.
He knows it goes in. He's like, I'm going to walk away. We're good. From long range.
It's actually Aduvash going for a Maelstrom this late into the game. He's got a BKB. Again, honestly, I'm kind of... So, Tint has an Aeon disc queued up, which is a little surprising. That's actually his first death there, too. But...
I think that exact death made him think, hey, maybe I want an Aeon disc, when he should be thinking,
I think, I want a BKB is really what he should be thinking, but...
The thing is, okay, anti-mage players do not want to buy BKB. Trust me. They just don't want to buy BKB. It doesn't matter if it's the best possible item.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
I've been there, man. You don't want to buy BKB.
Hey,
he
Snow
items.
doesn't want to play Dota, but he's still here. So sometimes you just got to do
He's
things.
changed his queued items. He has chosen to add BKB.
JTK is still farming up. The rest of the team is here looking for a smoke. It's been a lot of... Big Fella's essentially a Nyx this game, just running around with Ghost Walk. Snow's team's got to be careful here. Big Fella is going to pop the smoke. Coco needs to stay to the right. They will find it, but no, there is the Abyssal on the JTK. I missed that one. I think JTK would be so far out in the lane, and maybe Tony looking for Big Fella. They do find him. There's the fear. Can they keep vision on him, though? Tony needs to get the stun. Pops it really late.
Of course.
Tony goes for the hit. So many Nyx players do this. They go for the hit instead of the stun first. It's just like, just stun out of Vendetta, and you would get so much more.
Yep. It was very greedy from him there. Very, very greedy. It did not pay off.
We're good.
But
I think it would have been close anyways, but...
They would have killed him, I'm sure. They have slows.
Tower is under attack.
But either way,
Pushing
Dire
on
takes
top.
over the Radiant jungle, puts up wards.
Yeah, and
Good
Kuka
positioning.
still has this Imp Claw too. Like, he hasn't switched it out for anything, and I'm honestly curious to see. I mean, there's not really anything better, I guess. Maybe the Orb of Destruction. He doesn't want to take the Paladin Sword.
Let's see.
Spider Legs would be okay. But yeah, the Imp Claw, the damage boost is just crazy.
I think you might as well just stick with this still. This is perfectly fine if you're the Gunka.
Arturius farming really well, working on that eggs. I'm surprised Arturius didn't go for the eggs first. I thought he would. Especially since, you know, he's on a coddle. Kind of a signature hero for him. He'd rush it, but did go for the 4-step for it. It is pretty useful against Lich, against the Earthshaker as well. He's also got the Glimmer Cape too, so he's not doing too bad. But yes, it's still the story of Tint, the Despot on top. They might find Big Fella. They have vision on him too. The nice 4-staff away in the meantime. Tony getting a double stun, but there's the boat from Spidey's. They're kind of caught out right now. Many looking for the chrono, but doesn't get it off. Stunning him up still, plus the Abyssal. They need to stop this. No, Medi loses his life. There's no buyback. He didn't get the chrono off. On the backside, Spidey's trying to get a kill on Audavash, but Audavash using that BKB. They find a kill on the JTK, and it's looking like a complete disaster for Radiant. Not really wanting this one. A nice torrent from Spidey's, but it's only elongating for just a little bit. They're losing 3, and it's either in Erosh or high ground now. You've lost all your high ground defense heroes. You gotta rely on this Coddle now. It's still pretty good, but Tint blinking forward, maybe looking for the Abyssal. They do find the creeps, so they're not gonna be able to go high ground. They need to wait for another wave, and I think you just back and go into Erosh now. This is such a hard high ground to break.
It's definitely not a fun high ground to break, but I feel like to break high ground is got the Aegis. And then you can finally high ground.
I mean, maybe. It's still hard to keep your creeps alive, though. Like, in the middle of a fight. And you still, like, the Chronos is scary. Like, they got real... That's a nice chain stunning from Snow there to make sure the Void was locked down. And then Tint blinking in bravely. secure that. And he's got BKB 10 seconds now as well on Tint, so he's not going to die like we saw him last time. Like, he's still very tanky. They're going to give him the Aegis too. They do get a nice tornado, but nobody's actually here to steal it. Big fella timed that one perfectly if anybody was actually in the area. Going for the root on Tony. Does miss the stun though. And they both thought he got stuck here. I think the net, like the net visual ended right there, and that's why they thought he got caught right there. But yeah, it must have just been bugged with the Force Staff.
Big Phil is being quite annoying though, pushing out this lane like this.
He's playing really well, I think. Like I said, he's essentially playing the Nyx role, just running around, getting vision for the rest of his team, and pushing out lanes. Like,
the problem at this point for Dire is they actually need to probably respond to Big Fella. This bottom 2-3 tower is full HP, but if you let these 5 range creeps hit it with the Forge Spirit and the Alacrity, it's actually going to kill the tower relatively quickly. But the problem is, if they respond to Big Fella, then they're going to run out of Aegis time. Like right now, it's no big deal. They have like 4.5 minutes, more than that even. But time can get away from you.
they're gonna pause because Snow is lagging. They are up 5k, but it still feels relatively close. Again, you gotta be afraid of that team fight, so they are just gonna take their time. You have the Aegis now on Anti-Mage, but that's still only the first Roshan, so nobody's got cheese yet. And did we actually get a timer?
For the Aegis?
Yeah. When did they take it? It was like, I mean, it's at 7 minutes right now, so
it's
8.
been 20 seconds. It's been 20 seconds.
Okay.
So we can assume the Aegis goes down about minute 43.
43? Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Alright, here we
want
go.
to break it.
Big fella, he's not necessarily committing immediately to the high ground. Dire, they're bringing the waves in.
Force Staff away from Manuvash, able to save him for now. Big fella making a lot of space bottom. There's a lot of range creeps here. Rotation over finally from Tint.
Nah, he's gone. Invoker's too fast.
Yeah. Unless they catch him on the way out. Which maybe Tony does. Oh no, Tony spots it. Does pop the dust too. He has the net. There is no Force Staff quite yet. There's the Abyssal. Big fella.
Huge play.
Very dead.
Now that's the kill you want to start with. Now you head to the high ground.
Yeah.
Invoker is dead.
Yes.
Force buyback.
You still have the Veno plus the Coddle though for high ground. Like that's the thing with this lineup. It's like, okay, I killed one. Now I have to get like all these others.
All I have to do is commit the AM with the Aegis. If he dies, he dies. You get the damage. If you can get the tower down with the Aegis, that's going to be huge.
It honestly, it feels like they need to get another lane pushed in because this is just gonna die right now. The Coddle Blast, they don't have a pipe yet either. They do get the silence on the Tint, throwing some damage in, but there's the Abyssal forward onto the Coddle. They find him immediately. There's no buyback on Arturius, and now Tint still fighting on the high ground again. He's got this Aegis, but he popped. Or no, did he save his BKB? Yeah, he saved his BKB. That was Spidey's. So Tint able to pop BKB after. He's able to just blink away the nice chrono on it too. Trying to focus out Tint. There's the Sunstrike too. Not going to be able to hit the stun on Tony, but Tint's just surviving. He's still so tanky. JTK to fall as well. They've lost the Kunkka. There's the buyback from the Kunkka. Medi blinking forward. Not able to focus out Coco because he has the Ghost Scepter. The Tornado landing onto Tony. But, I mean, you got to be so careful here if you're big fella because you can still die. Couple of hits coming out from Manuvash. That attack range is just crazy. But now back into the fight is the AM. Oh my goodness, Spidey's finding that. Does get focused by Tint with the Abyssal. Pushes him away. There is no ultimate yet on the AM, but no, he does use it. He brings down Big Fella. That's the dieback, and it's a 1v1 right now as Coco still nowhere to be seen. Focusing up into the tower finally. They still gotta wait for this creep wave. Coddle up in another 20 seconds, so I don't know if they're gonna have time. Coco just TPing out. Yeah, and they pretty much just have to leave, I think. Maybe Tint stays for this, but the thing is, Spidey's can just run up and hit the creep wave once, and it's pretty much dead. Just one-shotting that one. However, they did lose the back door, so Tint might be able to find this. No, there's the Fortify popped. Tint finally blinking away. There's a nice torrent from Spidey's, but the X not coming through. Artorias is back up on that coddle.
Oh my lord, that is a very good item for.
Reduces the cooldown time of all spells, yeah. I mean, Snow, or it's probably Snow, but it'll also be decent on the Nyx too, I think.
That is. See, he has Titan Sliver too, which is pretty cool, but you know it's a lot more cool? Cooldown reduction.
Yeah. There's also a Prince's Knife on the AM too.
Bringing in some
attack projectile speed? Yeah, he switched that out. Still gonna stick with the Imp Claw.
We gave it to the Viper though. Now Viper and the Shaker have these super sick tier 4.
On Snow's team, I mean, is this... I'm not gonna say anything because I'm gonna jinx it. So I'm not gonna say anything. That's that.
Havoc Hammer too. That's...
It's pretty decent on Snow and jumping forward. I mean, it's either Havoc Hammer or Spell Prism. Maybe you put the Havoc Hammer on a non-strength hero just for like the little bit of utility.
Yeah, probably the next, right?
Yeah.
Or actually, maybe you keep the Clumsy Net in the next.
I mean, honestly, I think you give the Spell Prism to Nyx. I mean, the cooldown reduction on Earthshaker is very nice. But I mean, it's about the same with Nyx, especially you get that stun a little bit reduced. You're already stunning people for so long anyways. Oh, I just missed a kill, and it's a really big one too. Medi just popping Chrono. I had to completely miss that. That is totally my fault.
That is an unbelievably huge kill.
Hot damn.
Alright, suddenly this game is actually interesting again. That's a lot of methods for Radiant.
They found for the second... I didn't think he would die after he gets BKB, but...
Monkey sounds, yes.
Yeah, they'll bring it back. Nobody's tilted yet. Just bring it all on monkey sounds. They're good. Now they just have to wait for the AM to get back. I mean, yeah, still, it's just you pop Chrono onto the AM and they have enough damage. I mean, Medi's starting to hit really quickly, and that's really all you need of your Void.
Smoke up from Radiant, everybody but Kunkka into the smoke. Kunkka is showing on a ward too, so I might make Dire think, hey,
Coco's going to be able to pop. Yep, Coco popped it. It's going to get silenced up. I think Coco looking very dead, but you're still pretty happy. So you've broken the smoke, and you're only losing a Lich for it.
Alright, this is a Lich kill. Not particularly important, but he does.
Yeah, he's down for quite a bit. See how far they want to go, though. This is 8-second BKB on Spidey's. Medi also has a 9-second BKB now too. We'll see how they... I mean, they have to get on top of Medi before he gets his ult, I think. They can kill a Void before that Chrono comes out. And this might be the time they look for a fight too. JTK running through mid. It's going to be Tint a little bit far out, but he's still got BKB. Manta, he can just fight this. There comes out the BKB, trying to find JTK. Getting caught out. There's also an ultimate too. Not able to find it with that ultimate, but there's the stun from Snow to finally get this one. Doesn't even need a bash. Able to get that. They're gonna try and get Big Fella with the net too, plus the stun. Here comes the Meteor Hammer. They have vision on him as well. Getting caught out a bit is Big Fella. Tint is gonna keep going forward. Where's the Chrono? It's 5 seconds till the Chrono is up, but the mana is just gone. Tint focusing out Medi, and Medi can't blink out of this. They need to get vision. He's trying to get some lifesteal, but the stun from Snow at the same time will go uninvis there. 100 seconds, no buyback on Medi, and I think so. The Chrono was just about to come off cooldown too, so that's why Medi was rotating over, but just underestimating how much mana he would lose.
Spectre's still there, but they found Spidez.
Yeah, they will kill off the creep wave, but Spidey's getting a little bit caught out, plus the meme hammer. The stun gonna miss, he gets the BKB off. The Viper ult still gonna slow you even through that BKB, as well as the Call ultimate. I think it's gonna create enough space, but here come the creeps. The blast's already on cooldown. Down goes the tier 3. How much damage are they going to take? The rack slowly falling. They pop the repair kit, but it's not going to save it, only for a little bit. Will that work? Blinking forward is Tint down onto that bottom tier 3. They want to go for it all. Gonna get torn it up. It is 50 seconds until that void is back up. We can check buyback too. He needs 600, so it's not like he's gonna get it anytime soon. We can actually just swap over to buyback. Yeah, nobody on Radiant actually has buyback right now, so it's kind of tough. You can't really lose anybody here. Big fella is gonna be up in 4 seconds, and maybe you make the defense. 4v5. Snow is dropping a bit low, but blinking forward is 10 on to JTK, trying to find the kill to start. Does get a big mana void, bringing him down. The void is up in 17 seconds, though. They can't stay here for too long. A nice boat onto Snow, so they find that one, trying to find Spidey's yet again, slowing him up, plus the sheep. I don't think they're gonna get it, though. Tony knows he needs to get back. There's the TP out from the Viper as well. Tony running underneath the ward, but your void is back up. You've lost both racks bottom. And very smart, very just patient from Snow's team, being like, okay, we got the racks, don't commit too much because we know Medi is going to be back up. Just get our racks and back out.
At this
Safe
point, you are
plays.
very fine with this if you dire. Sure, you lose some kills, but kills are unimportant. You get the racks bottom, you get the barracks middle. If you want to play it slow, wait for ages. Roshan's going to respawn very, very soon.
Tony just bought arcane boots. What?
There it is. Roshan literally just spawned.
Why did Tony buy arcane boots this late? What?
They have mana problems. EMP and just general mana usage.
Yeah.
So you might as
okay.
well buy it if you want to win
God.
the game right now.
Oh, there's a nice tornado, but it caught him in the blink too. This is a little bit too far if you're 10, I think. That Chrono still waiting for it to come out, but no, on the backside, Tony's found it. They get the bash too. 100 seconds again without void. Tony, game-saving plays right now, allowing them to just be so aggressive. Perfectly played from Snow's team.
This is, once again, is he got buyback coming up immediately? No, it's no gold for Volt. There will be no buyback for almost over a minute. And the creeps are in a good situation for top lane, too. This is going to be the ultimate fights. If Radiant wants to win, they're going to have to make a very heroic defense without their most farm.
It's only top lane. I mean, so this wave is going to die really quickly, though. Like, yeah. But if they get multiple lanes, it should be fine.
Time to go. It is time to head down the top lane if you're Snow's
50
team.
seconds.
It is not time to wait. It is time to move.
You got 50 seconds. Bash through. He missed some of the range creeps, though, and you also have the catapults there, too, and it's a little bit hard to bring down. I'm surprised they don't have a pipe yet. Somebody's... Oh, no, they do on Tony. Okay.
There will be no backdoor fix this siege.
Creeps through mid too. There's no saving this one. There's a blink forward from the Abyssal Tint, trying to just get an early pick off. He's going to tank the boat too, popping the Manta a little bit early. Out comes the Meteor Hammer onto the tower. Again, going forward is Tint getting sheeped up. Snow with the early ultimate too. Spidey's a little bit caught out here, popping the BKB, but he's caught behind the creeps. Tint finally ticking down. Snow jumping forward. The amazing Lich Ult on the back line. Spidey's has to get back to the fountain. I think he's going to get it too. Needs to get a bash. No, the knockback there from Artorias. Nicely timed. But it's now looking like you're going to get megas. There is the void back up. The Aegis is gone. There's the Chrono. It's so big. It's on the 3. Tint getting caught out, but do they have enough damage? The MP popped. He's out of mana. Tint can't turn this. He's trying to lifesteal back, trying to find the megas. There's the meme hammer on the 3. Plus the stuff for Snow. They're turning it. They kill off many. Yet again, they've taken the megas. You've lost so many heroes, though. Adivash has to get the TP out. He doesn't. They all have buyback. They did get wiped, but they found the megas. Triple kill for Spidey's. They're still in this. I can't believe it, but they lost the megas. Snow's team just committing for it. But it's not really lost yet. Look at this. Spidey's can just one-shot a lot of these creep waves.
It's time to move, though. It is up the middle lane if you're Radiant. Megas, you don't want to play against the megas. It's not a fun.
The only person that doesn't have buyback is the Lich. And that is Coco.
They simply can't play the slow game if you're Radiant. You need to force the buybacks. You need to threaten at the very. Problem is Void not alive. No travels.
I think you only save the 2. You don't need the buyback on the AM. Yeah, this push really wasn't too realistic. You get the lanes pushed out though. Don't have to deal with the creep waves.
Forcing 2 buybacks is fine. I mean, that's you suddenly actually have a win condition if you can kill those 2 heroes.
Wait, I thought Cataclysm was the talent, or is that the eggs? Yeah, okay.
I like to move things around. Because it used to be a talent. Cataclysm used to be a talent, but then they moved it to the eggs. So things change.
And we still we haven't really seen that combo come out yet since Big Fella went for the Coswex build. Nice play. Snow just making hella plays though. Like they didn't take the racks yet. They're all 3 stacked on top of each other. Snow just dunking on all 3 of them that were still alive. And I don't know what you buy next if you're Coco. He did end up picking up the Witless Shaco plus 1,000 health and minus 400 max mana, but you don't really care about that if you're AM. So
I was going to say like you just don't have gold at this point if you're. Oh, you mean tint? My bad. Sorry.
Yeah.
But for tint, there's not much you can really do. You can buy the items up here. You can buy the moon shard, but you really can't swap out these items too much. You start backpacking and unbackpacking travels. Like, so you get a backpack travels and an inventory butterfly, but you're not going to get any stronger.
And he didn't go for the mana void cooldown too, because he really doesn't have the mana for it. So it's just like might as well get the spell resistance. They have a lot.
He's about to hit level 30.
I mean, this 1,000 health is going to make him pretty heavy to deal with, even in a chrono if you really want to focus him. I think he needs a butterfly, honestly. I think that is going to be his last item, since Medi still has him bought like MKB. Or no, he has MKB. I'm dumb. Alright, he's already countered, so that's why he hasn't bought butterfly. Has the satanic too. Snow as well. BKB running down of his own. Spidez has a rapier actually. Didn't see this get picked up, but yeah, I mean they are going all in. I mean, Roshan Mayers. It's another 3 minutes. We can chill out for quite a while, I think.
False thing 3. You're back against the wall. Not only are you down, Megas. This is literally if you lose this game, your season's over. The league is.
Well, the league is over after like another game, no matter what. But
I meant the season more than I meant the league, but still.
Yes, the league is over. You heard it from Badger first. We're ending it. Badger just stepped down. Badger's selling off the league to the highest bidder. We're folding. We didn't have enough money.
$4.
The investors like didn't actually have the money they said they did, so we folded.
Let's get the Hurricane owners and then this. The Hurricane owners is who we need.
We need Mark Cuban. We'll get him on board. We'll be fine.
Yeah, Cubes would be he'd top league, I'm sure.
Maybe Shaq. He's also. We're actually getting really close to level 30 on Tint.
Yep.
Like
he'll have it before the next fight, I'm sure.
I mean, everything feels pretty good.
Despite the MKB on Void, he's still in for the butterfly.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he would go for it, honestly.
I think it's fine still.
So heart on Snow, so Snow is also very tanky.
It's not MKB is not what it used to be. It's not as great at beating evasion because it's only a 75% chance now, not a 100%. Either way, they're not waiting for.
I think the odds are still the same. Yeah, we got another minute yet, and that's a May respawn, so we probably max of like 5 more minutes before anything happens in this game. I thought tier 5 items were supposed to end the game. Well, I guess we're not at tier 5 items yet. We'll see.
Minute 60, right? So it'll be a little while.
I do want to see, like, I think Snow's team needs to lock them in the base. Like, make sure once these tier 5 items come out, you do not give them any. and you're gonna have a huge advantage. Like, I mean, we could look through these and see. I think Mirror Shield would be ridiculous on AM. Maybe Fallen Sky would be kind of cool. The Book of the Dead could help end the game a lot quicker. Ex Machina, Woodland Striders is kind of meh. Apex for AM, pretty. I think that'd be legit.
I'm not going to speculate. Whatever comes out, comes out. They cannot control these things.
I'm just trying to. We're theory crafting because there's really nothing else to watch at the moment. we can watch. Yeah, we're just gonna get mucky business. Okay. Very good. Very good.
We are seeing a refresher come out for.
Yeah, it's level 30 on Tint. So
So
very strong anti-mage right now.
Fun. We can see some really fun Invoker combos next fight. If we can get a Chrono with a double Cataclysm, double Deathwing Blast, double Meteor, I'm excited. That's a lot of potential damage.
It is. You're still having to deal with Tint being incredibly tanky, though.
Yeah, that's true.
See Snow blinking forward. I mean, he's working on
literally just he walks into the pit. Roshan spawns.
What? Did we get it immediately?
It was
wow, we don't even have to wait. Thank you, Gaben. Oh my god.
Not only is it immediately, Tint walks into the pit. As he's walking in, I watch his phone. Hey, Roshan.
Not even any seconds. Gaben was just like, yeah, I mean, this game is not going anywhere, so here's Roshan. Let's get it going.
I am ready to end this game of Dota 2, he said.
I'm surprised they're not all else hitting it, but yeah, this is a Refresher plus Cheese plus Aegis. Probably go Refresher on Snow. Double Fissure would be pretty nice into a Chrono if he doesn't get caught. Maybe double Lich Ult if they want to go that route, but I think you put it on Snow. Cheese on Autobosh for now, but I think he saves that and then you hand it to Tint in the middle of a fight. Feels like Tint needs to instead put his BKB in for the Satanic, but I mean, either one is a save. You're probably not going to pop either before you lose that Aegis. How do we initiate, though? Maybe you wait for Spidez to come hit a creep wave and then look for that Carapace. They're going to catch out Tony, but there's the save pretty much immediately. He's got the mech boots now to purge off a lot of what JTK is able to dish out. So, not falling for that trick today.
It's just crazy. Despite speeding up Megas, Styr is not able to easily hit.
Everybody has buyback too. Everybody has buyback. They find Tony again. He doesn't have the heal this time or the save in. Forward blinks, Tint goes for the Abyssal. It's onto a big target too. On top of JTK, there comes the Cataclysm, but they haven't paired it with the Chrono at all yet. Tint dropping low. It does get a kill onto the Void. The buyback immediately from Medi. Did save that Chrono until after the buyback, but can they kill Tint after it? No. Thought Medi might look for it. They lost the Aegis. You got one buyback and maybe that's it. Is that it?
That's it. We're gonna be a while.
What?
This is gonna be one of those. This is gonna be one of those games. You know those games.
Oh my god.
Ones that are never going to end. Because if you think about it, Dire actually can't kill Radiant consistently and easily, and Radiant can't leave the base.
So big brain play. They force them to get a buyback on Void, so now they're too afraid to leave their base to farm the tier 5 items. So we get the plus 150 attack speed, which is kind of trash. The Trident is also kind of trash.
This season. It's not that good. Trust me. It's like I played this situation in this game where it's a season where we literally played a game. They did not get a single tier 5 item for a while. We couldn't win. And it's not that simple. Trust me.
It's something though. Like it's definitely a huge advantage. They're gonna try and look for creep waves too, but not actually able to find anything. Honestly, their tier 5 items are kinda eh. The cooldown on BKB is nice though, because then you get a guaranteed 10-second BKB. Reset the cooldown on Abyssal Blade, reset the cooldown on Manta. That's actually really good on AM, the Timeless Relic. Or the Ex Machina, sorry.
I agree.
But no, they're trying to find a kill top. They've gone too far. This is the Void too. Medi's down for 125 seconds. There's no coming back now, I think. This game is just over.
It's funny that we say this game is never going to end, and immediately in the next minute the game ends.
I was not expecting that to happen. I thought we'd be at high ground at the very least, but Medi just
A bit
getting caught out.
anticlimactic, but you never know. It's not over yet.
It's not real yet. Snow not quite champion yet. Snow or JTK popping a BKB really early. Tony taking a bit of damage, jumping forward onto Spidey. Spidey's again has that rapier. No, he's actually already lost it. There's the Cataclysm to try and turn it around. They're bringing down Tony lower and lower. They've lost Spidey's. They're gonna lose some heroes in the fountain too, trying to bring down the Coddle ultimate. They're focusing the tier 4s in the meantime. On the backside, it's getting closer and closer. Snow can feel it. Out comes the Fortify. Tint dropping a little low, but he jumps forward with that Abyssal Blade onto JTK, refreshing his items yet again, refreshing the BKB, refreshing the Abyssal. They can't find JTK, but now they do. Couple of more hits, JTK to fall. They're able to get the stun over. Oh my god, look how fast Shadowwash is attacking. This Ancient's gonna fall so quickly. They lose. Big Fella, no, Big Fella lives. The Invis yet again. They just don't have vision for all of these heroes. JTK, that's a dieback immediately. Arubash is dishing out all of the damage. And it's over. Snow has done it. In his third attempt, final season for Snow, he gets the victory that he sought after for 2 years. Well, I mean, 2 seasons.
Down for a winter interview here with Snow's team.
Let's do it.
I invite Snow to. I need to be friends with you. To start
we could just jump into the CDL Discord.
Sure. I'll make a channel with us.
Well, okay, well, we'll have an interview soon, but what a game. Took a lot longer than I thought it would go. Hour and 2 minutes. And I really think it's those tier 5 items, but... What? But yeah, we are going to wait for a bit for the interview. If you tuned in, though, thank you for watching Finals. We do have an interview with Snow and the boys very soon here, hopefully. Just a winners channel, okay.
I just made a winners channel.
Hello.
What up, Snow?
The curse wasn't strong enough.
I just want to say first off,
this was the third. The curse was the 3 attempts.
That's true. Third time's the charm.
You stuck through it.
Feel free to bring your team in, by the way. They should be able to all access this channel.
Oh, hold on. I'll tell them. Alright, I told them. What was your thoughts on my shaker badge?
I mean, at times it was a little questionable, but in the very end, when it mattered the most,
I was inspired by Varus.
Let's be. Your pit lord was better than your shaker. If we're
that
being
series,
honest.
yes. I will agree.
But all right, congratulations, boys. That's a hell of a season capped off by a sick 2-0 victory. How the hell do you not like tilt yourself having to play with Snow for an entire season and your entire team chat is just spamming emojis?
It was the worst team I've ever played on. So fucking toxic.
I was never toxic to Adu. I'd like to go out and say that.
I was never not toxic to Adu.
Everyone of the most toxic people I've ever played. I'm glad I never have to play with them again.
Thanks for Shanghaiing me, bro.
No problem.
Oh yeah, when we brought Tony onto the team, we were out of stand-in uses, and so we didn't tell him he was actually our free. So we actually forced him into free agent without asking.
And so you were just kind of lucky Tony was able to make the rest of the matches then.
We were lucky he was able to carry us.
Oh, he played very solid Nyx.
Solo kill Mars as Dark Willow.
Oh yeah, that felt pretty hyped.
All right, well, going into the series, like, how did you guys prepare? Or did you just kind of say, fuck it, we're just
gonna
no. We posted our preparation in chat.
Didn't I post our team chat in this Discord channel?
Oh, God.
It was just Pepe Scream.
Snow muted me because I asked for a dumb hero.
I would like to give a shout out.
Not to build Battle Fury on Chug, and I
would like to give a shout out to Tony for being the best free agent of all time. Literally 1v9 every single game. Certainly wasn't.
Excuse me. What about Coco?
Coco was good
Oh, yeah.
also.
It was a tie. I'm gonna be honest, boys. I remember Ravi. I don't remember the other guy that got replaced.
I have no idea.
Because his name was like some Japanese characters, and then he changed it after I drafted him, and it was like semicolon or something. But it was like the character semicolon. I have no idea.
Was it Tuesday or something like that?
I don't. Oh, maybe it was Tuesday. Yeah, we wouldn't be here without them. Actually, we are here without them. Never mind.
Yeah,
I was gonna say they were in the sidebar
Sort of.
when I put you guys in the sidebar. I just removed you.
I mean, if they didn't leave, you wouldn't have had your current team the way it was. So
Only one
That's
loss
true.
with me on the team.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
last
Af-
week.
No.
No.
We didn't get a loss last
Oh, you're
week.
saying lost in a series. I thought you meant lost in a
Yeah,
game.
only loss in a series. We only had
teams playing. Yeah, dude.
Wait, was last week? Was last week 3 games?
No,
Yeah.
last week went 3 games.
Oh, wait, no, it didn't, because you
No, it
casted
didn't.
game 3 of
I
a
s-
different series. Cause,
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
yeah, you casted
Yeah.
game 3.
Oh yeah,
of
because I
his
casted game
series.
3 as Spidey's job. Yep.
You casted where Artorias and Medi Shadow Realm target. That was a good game. I also would like to shout out to Medi for saving all his bashes from last week to land like 7 in a row on me and like out of like 10 hits or some bullshit. My monitor was almost smashed, not gonna lie.
The funny part is, I wonder what your family would think, because they're on the 2-minute delay, right?
Yeah,
And it's like, all right, game's going well. I wonder what could possibly go wrong. You're just like, oh, smash. Oh, shit.
Did you like the monkey business?
What are the thoughts
Dear
on
I did not
Lord,
like the
please
monkey
stop
business.
spamming monkey business. You
I would
absolutely
never. Monkey business is how I got 5K.
It's the only way we could harness Snow's power for our own benefit
I'm
we
powerful,
get
but
him to
usually for
spam
the
monkey
detriment of my
business.
ally.
and run at the enemies.
Oh god, Tim built Battle Fury both games. That was the real monitor smash.
You said it was a bad item. So
It
I
is the
built
worst
twice.
item.
It
It
was
gives
good.
no stat. Ugh.
I would
I
disagree
agree.
and say
It's
it
not
was
very
good both
good.
games, but it worked at least.
I definitely agree it's not very powerful, but I wanted to build it just to spite Snow.
Okay, on anti-mage. I guess. I'm sad I didn't get the data list in the last game. I kind of just chain fed game 2, but we had anti-mage.
I mean that's the goal of Earthshaker. I mean there was a couple of deaths on the Animage, like where Tint almost got out. What is that, like 40 minutes, 30 minutes, and he just didn't have BKB, so he dies the first time. And then...
Yeah, he's a choker too.
Excuse me?
What?
I also missed you. I missed your other death too, where you just got solo crown out, but you're probably fine with that.
Yeah, that's probably ideal.
Did you see me solo kill the Coddle and then 20 seconds later solo kill the Void and lane?
Yes.
Feels fucking amazing, man.
All right, I would ask about the draft, but I feel like you guys just kind of picked whatever. So
No, we actually kind of had a strategy both times at the start, and then it just went monkey business.
Pretty much,
Our
yeah.
phase 1 is planned, and our phase 2 is monkey business.
Our phase 2 is whatever Tint wants, and our last phase is whatever Adivash doesn't want.
Yeah.
Adivash, how was your Skywrath game this season? I mean,
Didn't get to play it much.
you played it one time and we lost, I think.
Yeah.
And then I
You know
never
what? I
picked
played it
again.
once and we lost.
It's a good hero. 4.
Toxic.
That's my last game of comp Dota.
We never got second pick, so I never even got to
I
pick it.
don't think anybody.
We're Dire boys. What's the actual correct pick? Because we just took Dire because we always lose or barely win on Radiant at best.
I feel like just picking second pick is the correct pick, but you took first pick both games, so right.
Well, it's not like our mid lane matters.
Yikes.
Just wow.
I can't believe you guys like didn't tilt the entire game, but it's impressive.
Oh no, there was plenty of tilt. Don't worry. Like,
We never told.
I muted Tint during the player draft.
Yeah, there were rumors that teammates were muted during the draft, so.
if
Well,
you could-
I asked for anti-mage, and then he said no, and he muted me. And then I gave him options of heroes that were all worse
He
than
gave me like
So
my,
of course-
I hate my fucking core players. Both games, like game 2, they have a Faceless Void. Let's only list off cores that can single-handedly be killed by Faceless Void. Fucking amazing.
Just don't get Chrono. Like
That's what I said.
He
Don't get
actually
Chrono.
suggested fucking Clinks.
I think it would have worked.
I know it wouldn't have.
Oh, dude, I like
Happy
you
that-
more on utility heroes in mid for us.
True.
What?
Because then you feed less when you die.
Yeah, if there's
Right.
like any burden on you.
Oh, fun fact about that game, that's the only game I've ever played with tier 5 items, and we didn't get any of the powerful ones.
We got
I mean,
all
X
the
Monkey.
No,
Pirate
the,
Hat.
the right click speed or the attack speed on Viper was freaking stupid.
Yep.
That's
Like-
true.
Also, I stole 300 gold. That was nice.
Wow.
Amazing.
Value.
I mean, it was
Alright.
great once I got the rapier.
All right. Well, you guys finally got the win for Snow. I mean, I'm guessing it was for Snow because.
I would just like to say, empirically speaking, we can now finally say, after 3 seasons, I was not the problem. I was the solution.
No comment.
The fact that literally everybody in this entire chat but Killer Karate laughed is kind of a testament to the questionable nature of that.
How could I possibly be the problem if I made finals 3 times? And I even won 2 of those games.
Well, you had MX Squire last season. He carried you.
True, Mike sucks actually though.
You had
It's true.
Nara one
Fuck MX
season,
Squire.
and you fucked that one up to my team. So.
Nara was bribed by Badger to throw. I'm convinced.
I love Nara, but I wouldn't do it to him. Come on now.
Yeah, and you had Autobosh to carry you this season, so I think it's your mid lane.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Here's my
You
official
listen to
power
our
rankings
chat,
for
dude.
our team. It goes Tent, then Tony, then Coco, then me, then Ravi, then Tuesday,
Oh no.
and then whatever other stand-ins we had, and then our creeps. We couldn't push it out.
No,
And
I think
then-
you have to put Auto a little higher because you wouldn't have got me without Auto.
That's
Yeah.
true. Okay, I'll put him above the melee creeps, not the range.
Above the
though.
melee creeps. All right.
So it goes melees, then auto, then range from bottom
Where
to
does
top.
Pissman rank?
Pissman was
Oh
the
God.
solution. That's my official stance.
All right. Well, we'll wrap things up because I'm out of questions. Do you guys have like any final statements about CDL in general and finals of victory?
I played it once and it went good.
It went good.
I played it
Same.
4 times. No comment.
I will say this has like been the most fun stack I've played with.
True.
Oh yeah, that for sure.
Not even remotely close. Holy shit, this is the best season I've had. Even in the games where we lost, it was fun.
Like there was
Damn.
never like actual tilt or just mean spirited stuff said. Ever.
Well,
It was just
Yeah, no.
I mean, except towards Edevesh, but is that
I
really
never said anything mean to Adivash. You heard it here. He confirmed it.
Right. Never.
We had a Viper that game.
He
But
went
unironically,
12 and 4.
it's very fun.
All right. Well, surprisingly wholesome ending for our Snow team. But thanks, you guys, for interviewing, coming on, and good season. Impressive performances.
Thank you.
Thank you.
GG's.